Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the late night stream. All right, so let's turn this on. We're getting ready for a late night stream by turning on the ads. We're going to hit save on that. Let's go grab the tags. We need the tags now. Yes, the tags. Ooh. Hey, what's up? I see you all. It's PDX. What's up, PDX? How's it going, bro? All right, we're going to hit save. You honor me with your Pokemon card, Senpai. That's the title tonight. Just a simple title. Looks like we have a Kayla order. Now, what's this? How's the website looking? Website's looking fine. Let's go ahead and open this up. Is it time for Elder Scrolls music yet? I feel like it's almost time to do Elder Scrolls. All right, let's grab this link here. Clicking on that. Pinning one of these. Pin. Boop, boop, boop. Factor Meals has taken money out of my account. Oh, yeah. We're going to have more of those Factor Meals. They're hard to eat because it's just healthy food. It's like turkey breast and potatoes and zucchini. And you sit down and you don't eat that because it doesn't have any grease. It doesn't taste like fast food. It's just healthy food. It's like meal prep, but they do it for you. So they're taking more of my money this week. I'm thankful for it. The food this week was pretty, I could feel that I was eating healthy. It was good. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and advertise the stream now. I just did an analysis of my views. Almost 1 million views on Facebook. That's our top viewers right now is Facebook. Wow. Not YouTube. YouTube's only 250,000. Not very good. We're going. Oops. We're live right now for Wednesday night. And we're here on time. I mean, we're like really on time. It's not even 2:25. Sometimes we go live at like 2:30, where it's just 2 a.m. All right, so that has been pinged out. Let's go ahead and grab Instagram. What's new, mister? Not much. Just working today. I'm working on a grading deal with another company, a different company, since Tag is kind of shut down right now. Let's see. Oh, wow, never seen it comp that high. Oh, well, there you go. Now you've seen it. There's a guy who's interested in my Sparkle Charizard. He said, what's your price? He wanted to buy it from me for like $10,000. I was like, where have you been? You know, Pokemon cards are like impossibly expensive now, right? All right, so we're sharing this link far and wide real fast because we want people to join. Here we are. All right, and we're going to share it here. Go ahead and delete this. Yeah, apparently Facebook's doing better than I thought. Facebook is pulling in the views, guys. Might be doing better than Instagram by a pretty wide margin. Actually, I looked at it, and Facebook said I earned $63 in ad revenue. I don't know if that's accurate, but if that's true, that's useful because I can tell you I've been losing a lot of money with Mike-sized shorts. They don't pay for themselves. So it would be nice if the ad revenue ever paid for itself. I'll have to look into making sure our other channels are monetized if they're monetizable. Because if Facebook's monetizable, what are the odds Instagram's monetizable? Probably something there. All right, we're putting that away. Okay, and how about this one right here? Come on now. It makes me wonder where those views are coming from, though. I wonder if they're coming for like just one video, and that video is going to fall off eventually. Sometimes content works that way. Says I have 2 new people trying to contact me on Facebook. I should start to respond to these, actually. Where can I sell my Pokemon cards? on eBay. We also do consignment. All right. So I'll respond to that one. I better start responding to these messages. I get a ton of Facebook messages. And let me just respond to 3 here. Okay. People like to talk. They like to say hi. All right, cool. So that's good enough. All right, we're done pinging. The pinging portion of the stream start is over. I found Miss Alicia's Professor Oak poker card. It was, in fact, just sitting in the AL box downstairs, which, again, does lead me to believe Miss Alexis shipped Alicia Brown's stuff before sorting the slabs out. So that's almost certainly what happened there. It's too bad, but it does mean that the poker slab will go out on Friday, or technically Saturday. His shorts get the same views my shorts get now. Did you see YouTube is doubling the views to get paid starting the first of the year? Doubling the views to get paid. Oh, that sucks. So you're saying that you have to work twice as hard to earn the same ad revenue. That sucks, man. That's no good. All right, well, we got our early guys here. What's up, guys? Where are my early guys at? Who wants into this free slab because they're here early? Say me, 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 me. Got to put an early guy in here. I see PDX. PDX, were you first? Who's got the #1 crown? Andy Man, you're going in. Andy Man's got the crown. There you go, Andy Man. You had the crown. You're going into the free giveaway. Congratulations. YouTube chose you or something. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works. Let's check out Kayla Taylor's order. 10 hot junk packs, please, and 2 Marvel Impulse. All right, 2 Marvel Impulse. I am going to have to buy more Marvel Impulse. That is what I'm thinking of. So I know I just purchased an expensive Pikachu. Let me turn this stupid camera thing off. There it goes. I know I just purchased an expensive Pikachu, but I couldn't help myself. There was another card I really wanted, and I didn't want it to get away. And I was going to wait till I had more cash, but I said, you've got the cash now, so you might as well just jump on it. And here it is. So I've gone ahead and snatched another Gold Star Gyarados PSA 6. That one was $6,000. And look at this Mickey Mouse. I got this Mickey Mouse for $175. You know, not a long time ago, you could get those Mickey Mouses for like $75, $80, depending on what it is. The Mickey Mouses are jumping. You can't find very many of them. There's just a handful left. That's it. And then they jump to like thousands of dollars now. So the market's definitely twisting about. Actually, one of the things I noticed when I saw the Mickey Mouse cards, when I clicked on it, it said it had like 93 views. Like, that's extremely high. So somebody's talking about those bubblegum Mickey Mouses, maybe besides myself, and they're looking at it. Silly, considering I was the first to comment. Yeah, I don't know how it works, actually, Mr. PDX. Hey, why don't I just put you on here anyways? I like you. Let's get Mr. PDX on here. He's a cool guy. I'm just going to put you on here anyways. Here you go. I don't know if we're going to base it off of who commented first, but, you know, we'll put you in here anyways, just because we like you. All right, so you were here early. Now, we got these 2 packs. Let's go grab some of these. So these are our popular junk packs. What's in them? Junk. I have like a never-ending fountain of abandoned cards and just weird, crappy stuff that I'm never going to sell like one at a time. So I have to find some way to get rid of it in larger quantities. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now you don't get any guarantees with the junk packs. You just get whatever you get. That's how it works. You just get whatever you're going to get, and that's it. All right. It was actually Handyman who was first. Handyman? Was it actually? Oh, Handyman literally had the first comment. Damn it, PDX, you tricked me. All right, let's see. Good notification there, hit them. All right, what we got? So it's some holographic Disneys. So these are Pokemon vintage art box stickers. A Lightning Legendary Rare. Wow, that's immediately like decent. Like you could grade this probably. Behemoth Hollows, Star Wars, some Playboy. You got Justin Herbert rookie. You got Sadiq Bey, Pistons. I don't know anything about sports, to tell you the truth. All right. I'm going to take these little baggies back. I need them back. Okay, I'm running really low on them. So you're going to get all your cards, but we're going to take the little baggies back. Some more of these Disney cards. Those are nice. 4 of those. You know, to get all those Disney hollows, you'd have to open like 3 packs of them. So it's kind of funny that you would just get them for $3 because they definitely didn't cost $3 to acquire. Some Star Wars, some more Playboy, LaMelo Ball rookie, and Justin Herbert rookie. Again, I have no clue about these. What do you guys think of these sports cards? Here's... okay, Law, you don't have to do that, but thank you. But I really wish I knew how the things work because it's like it picks us randomly. It knows to be a number. It's not... I don't even want to think about it. It's not complicated. Yeah, it's not worth... I'm not going to worry about it. We're just having fun already. So we got some Korean Pokemon. Here's some yellow border Pokemon. It appears to be a little off center. Some more of these stickers. I got a lot of those stickers to hand out, so you're going to see those frequently. We are. When did that God Pack get pulled? I just watched the short. Pretty amazing, right? That got pulled a little while ago, but pretty recently. Maybe like a week ago. We are. Well, it got pulled pretty close to the upload time. Ooh, this appears to be a good pack. So I think these are like Sun and Moon era Chinese cards. They're just bulk cards. But look, these aren't just bulk cards. These are serious. All right, so those are really nice. Look at that. Some of the, oh my God, dude. Pikachu, Abra, Jolteon, Karutas. Those are extra generous packs. They're not always going to be that generous. So I don't know what I was thinking there. I was just handing out stuff that I just felt like being nice. But look, this one looks a little junky. Do you guys remember these? These are those old copyright girls. Here's Kyurem, no, Kuromi. Here is some more Kuromi. Here are some girls, some holographic Yu-Gi-Oh! These are the junk packs, by the way, guys, if you're wondering where these are getting sourced from. The $3 junk packs. Okay, we got some more Hello Kitties, some Fortnites, some girls, some holographics. Okay. Jolteon is one of my favorites. Super happy with these. Yeah, you know, I think the last time I started putting these together, I was trying to be more aggressive to get rid of stuff because, I mean, I can't overstate how much crap I have laying around. I have so much crap, and it just all needs to go bye-bye because I don't want to like, if we're moving out of Missouri, I don't want to have like hundreds of boxes of crap to move. Here, this is actually 2 cards, Tripodero and Metazoo Battles. So Metazoo's still around, it's still a thing, it's still going on. Okay, these guys here. Have you heard of Wheat Cross? Yeah, we've opened quite a bit of Wheat Cross, and then I stopped. Now, what is this? That is something gear. I can't remember the name of it. Okay, so it's nice. That's 2 cards. You got some more of these, some more of these, some more of these, some more of these. And last but not least, one more pack. So these are the junk packs. We always sell out of the junk packs. We do. We always sell out. Zam. It really is just junky cards. Usually not a lot of hits in here. All this is yours now. I'll go ahead and create a secondary bag for you. So this whole stack of cards right here cost her $30. If she gets even 1 card in here that's worth grading into a 10, it paid for itself. All right. There we go. We got tons of junk cards, man. Piles of it just laying around. I never grade it. I never do anything with it. It just sits there. Typically, it's cheaper stuff. Typically, it's weird stuff. It's stuff I didn't know what to do with. Maybe it's stuff I'm not interested in, like the sports. I'm not interested in sports. All right, you've got a full bag right there. And I take these back. These are mine now. We'll reuse these. We also have another product called the PokeBruhs. Those are $25 a pack, and they're much more generous than the junk packs. There's serious business in those. So give that a try sometimes. Now, the Impel Marvels. Ooh. Now, what is this? That doesn't feel right. You're going to get... you got unlucky. You're going to get a pack that has a damaged card, it appears. It's going to be like an error card. It is. Let's see. I felt it on the pack, so you're going to get an error card out of yours. Hopefully nothing. Oh, very interesting. So, look, it didn't affect the card behind it. So, clearly something happened to this card during manufacturing. Oops. They just said pack it up anyways. Wow. That kind of sucks. You ever seen how they manufacture these cards, guys? So, what they do is they have these gigantic sheets of paper, and it will have tons of these cards on the paper, and then they send it over to a cutting machine. Well, it's just these guys with like paper pickup tools or like gloves on their hands, literally really low-tech stuff. And they just kind of shift these big sheets around really quickly. So you got a damaged one. Some worker damaged this. Dang, dude. If only it had just come out in good condition, that'd have been nice. Now, well, let's see what else we got. Sad. Those are super hard to pull. Yeah, they are. Oh, that's a good pull, though. Thanos is one of the top pulls out of this set. So you just got the Hollow and the Thanos. All right, super villain, Thanos. No one realizes the silver system is only sold plates on the website. What? All right, we got Wolverine, Submariner. We're in a new box, by the way. Here's She-Hulk, Dazzler, Captain Britain. Oi, bruv. Yeah. There you go. Where's my beefy bake? Here's, I always make fun of Captain Britain. He's the goofiest one. Storm, X-Men, Long Shot. We got Doctor Strange. So weird. I feel like we never pull Doctor Strange. Do you guys ever see Doctor Strange? I never see this. This has to be rare or something. Dude, I don't think we hardly ever pull this one. Doctor Strange. How often have we pulled Doctor Strange, guys? Okay, here's the X-Men card. Look, you got Cyclops right there. He's doing his business. Kind of nice. So you kind of get a Cyclops card. Ghost Rider, Red Skull, Fall of the Mutants, the Punisher, Lockheed Martin, Mr. Sinister, and Dr. Octopus. So there you have it. The Wolverine system, mister. Aren't you going to go out and buy it? Oh, you're talking about the Wolverine system? I don't know what you're talking about. What are your thoughts on Logan Paul Chase to get the PSA 10 Glossy Pikachu? I heard the Glossy Pikachus started going up in price right afterwards. It's like, it's very speculative, but the card wasn't very popular before Logan Paul. I don't really want it. I think it looks ugly as hell, dude. Looking ugly as sin. So, Miss Kayla, you are starting to be a person of interest. You have a lot. Here's a Kyle Burns. Let's see, Curtis Law. Curtis Law is such a funny name. It sounds like literally a law firm. Curtis Law. Okay, let's stack these up over here. Not like we're worried about the one card getting damaged, are we? Because it's already well damaged. Curtis Law. Where can we put this, huh? You know, we need these K-boxes back. You know what the problem is with the K-boxes is, Kayla? Like, you're an active buyer. Well, we have this huge K-box right here. Gets stored up there, right? Look how big it is. And all the bags in here are expired. Kayla Wabara, 825. We got a Kendo Pelor from 425. Here's a Corey Keeter. That's almost expired. That one's small, though. Look, here's a Kason expired. Here's a Caitlin Abrams from 625. People in this box don't ship. Here's another Kendo. Here's another Kendo. Lots of Kendo in there. Maybe I should just pull all the Kendos out for now. We might do that. Kendo Pelor was in the stream like just the other day, so I don't want to take his stuff. I mean, he's still around. He was a big time spender on girl cards, but then I think his old lady told him, maybe slow down on that. All right, so we pulled all the Kendo bags out, and now we're putting the Kayla bags in. There we go. And now what to do with this guy, Kendo Pelor? Where should we have him clog up our table now? Maybe I'll put him in a little box and put him up on my black shelf for long-term storage. So let's get a box. Something that maybe will fit all his stuff. Look, he's got good stuff, too. Look, these are top loaders. So I don't know what he's waiting for. He could be avoiding shipping. Maybe if the cards arrive, he will get in trouble. I don't know what the deal is. He will have to tell me. But he was here just a day ago, and I told him, hey, you got a lot of stuff you got to ship. And then he definitely did not ship it. But it's technically expired now, but I don't want to take it. I know he's here. That's not going to be enough. So I need like an ETB box topper or something for this. All right, let's see what we got. We technically have a box topper right here. ETB box topper. So we'll do this for him as a generosity. Hope he comes back and ships his stuff and maybe even opens a couple more packs, huh? We got 16 people. How's it going? You guys are the best 16 people. Take a second and smash that like button for me, will you guys? I feel like viewership's been down over the last year. Don't you guys feel the same way? I think that is also lining up with the fact that we're getting about half as many views on our shorts on YouTube. So we have way fewer views on our shorts and less viewers in the live stream. So that is going hand in hand, it seems. Kendo Pelor. But you guys are here. That's all that matters. I'm hoping that views on Facebook and Instagram eventually translate over into the YouTube live stream. But we'll have to see if it works that way. Who's this guy? Okay. Got some other guy with some old expired stuff up there. Thoughts on Koro Pokemon cards in general? He spent so much money on just the magazines and trying to complete the PSA 10 set. There is a Koro set that I really enjoy. Obviously, I have the Koro magazine Mew, which is a really popular one. Where'd it go? There's the Charmander from the Koro Perutas, and I really like them. So there's the Mew, and there is the Charmander. All right, Cigarette Charmander, one of my favorites. World's first graded PSA Cigarette Charmander. And then I got this guy for $3,800, and now I guess he's like impossibly expensive or some crap like that. He got swirl by his belly. How nice is that? Okay. I'm not super wild on Koros. I mean, they're good. I just, you know, they're not what comes to mind first. They're not bad. It's the ads on your stream. No, it's not the ads on the stream. The ads have always been on the stream. There might have been a small window where we forgot to turn the ads on after swapping into this new streaming service, but before that point, we always had ads on the stream. Let's see. When the ads pop up when you're talking, it mutes you, and I just click off to another streamer video. That's just my take on it. Well, I'm afraid the ads are going to stay, so you'll just have to keep clicking off. If you think about it, the bigger issue is the content isn't entertaining enough to keep you through the ad, but we can't run a channel with no ads. I think that YouTube would de-rank us if we did that. So a channel must have ads. All channels do. Okay, you ready? Here goes. That would be a terrible way to run a channel, would be to turn ads off. It would mean that your content's not good enough for ads. I'm going to blame the random times and lack of schedule. What? What are you talking about? We're here every night. Here's Mark J. Valera, and he says, to give away 1 pack of the Power Rangers new season, if someone can answer this question. What was the Blue Ranger's response when asked what his color means? Don't say the answer out loud, mister. The answer is blah, blah. All right, who can answer this question? Here's the question. Are you ready? What was the Blue Ranger's response when asked what his colors mean? What his color means. Okay. Now, let's go grab one of these. Where am I keeping it? Here it is. Probably over here. Oh, it's the very last pack. There we go. Very nice. Power Rangers. Let's see. Was there an incident that occurred weeks ago? Not really. Yeah, there was no incident. Well, the only thing I've noticed is that our shorts views are down super substantially. So, like, for example, I just looked it up today. Our shorts views is at 250,000. To put that in perspective, they're normally around 450,000. So out of the blue, we're missing like 200,000 shorts views. And I think that's actually affecting us. So our content's not performing like it normally would, and it's actually, I suspect it's actually lowering live stream performance. Did I win? Let's see. I'm Scottish, says Don Twinleaf. All right, here you go. What is the name of your bag, Mr. Don Twinleaf? We've actually stayed remarkably busy. So it's weird. From a sales perspective, not much has changed. We are. I actually just got to look into my sales from my accountant. So the sales have been about the same. Ready? Here goes. Don got it. You said blah, blah. Here it is. We got the yellow girl. This is a gift from Mark J. Valerian to the stream. He had a little trivia giveaway. Here we go. So Don Twinleaf, this is now your pack. What baggie do you want me putting it in? What's the name on the baggie? Here's the whole group. And here is the clay brains. Yeah, just kind of out of nowhere, a month went by and our views just crashed really hard. Like, it wasn't a gradual decline. The views in the live stream, not the live stream, the views on the shorts just crashed, like really heavy. And we're down by almost 50% on shorts views. And I don't know why that is. Because when you look at shorts views on Instagram and Facebook, they're extremely good. They're extremely good. We got almost 1 million views on Facebook. That's so crazy good. It almost makes me feel I might be missing out on Facebook streaming. Like, I might need to be over there streaming. Maybe we need to be dual streaming to Facebook, because if we can bring more people in that way, whatever the strategy is, we got to go with that. So, yeah, I just looked up the numbers on Facebook. It's some ridiculous amount. And then over here on YouTube, we have a 7-year-old YouTube account, and we can't bring in the same views. It's like, what? What's so surprising about that is it's virtually the same content. I mean, in fact, Facebook gets less content. So check this out. In the last 28 days, this is on Facebook. Check it out. 954,000 views. And it even says I earned like $64, which I didn't even know I could do that. I must have turned that on at some point. It's way up. And we're just not getting those views on YouTube. But it's precisely the same content. So I don't know what to think of that. Here is the YouTube views. Okay, YouTube. Look at this. So 265,000, right? Down by almost 200,000. Wowzers. So we normally, around this time period, we would have about 450,000 views. That would be the normal views for us. So we're missing almost 200,000 views. And then, yeah, the live stream's a bit smaller. And I think that those two are related. I think that without those shorts views, we're not getting exposed to new people at all, which is not good. But maybe we need to figure out dual streaming or something. Terry He, let's go grab your bag, Terry He. Maybe if we dual stream to Facebook, I could just tell Facebook users, hey, our primary stream takes place on YouTube. All right, here we are. You have a Facebook page? That's for old people. Yeah, apparently it's for old people, but man, 1 million views is 1 million views. So somebody's looking at it. It's weird. I feel the same way about Facebook. I don't know who still uses it, but someone's using it. Here we are. Here's Crimson Blades. Here's Mario Yoshi. I have one big theory. My big theory is YouTube no longer cares for shorts. That's it. So I think that we started growing on YouTube because of the shorts, and now YouTube's saying, we don't want them. You can keep your shorts. Thank you, Mr. Mark. Let's get you on the donations list. Here goes. That's my theory. All right, there we go. Very nice. Very good. What do we have next? Team Rocket Grunt, 1 live custom, 2 hot shuffles. You got it. All right. What do we got in here? Mr. Mark, we miss you, Mr. Mark. How's it been in your life? Okay, we're picking up the Stoofle. 1 cold Stoofle. I'll get you a spot in that second chance break now, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. Ready? Now what we got here? Well, wait a second. Before I feel bad about you, I should think. Maybe you pull something out of the Poke Shuffles, because you actually did that last time, didn't you? You actually rolled up in the Poke Shuffle, so I don't think you need the second chance. Here it is. Okay, you ready? Oops. But that's going to be 2 cold ones. So this time a little bit cold. We'll wait for you to be a little bit colder, because I'm remembering now. You rolled up into a hit. They are changing the payout for YouTube Shorts in 2027. You need 10 million views in the last 90 days to get paid. 10 million views in the last 90 days. Wow. That's a lot. Been busy studying and playing Power Wash Simulator. Power Wash Simulator? What? I don't know what that is. Here's another Mario card. A really cool Piranha Plant. A Princess Peach. A Luigi. A very expensive Mimikyu. And this Quilava, which needs repricing. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to reprice the Quilava. Quilava's got to be repriced right now. Okay, Lava. Quilava. And let's type in, let's type in Sandstorm. All right, Quilava Sandstorm. Ah, there we go. Here it is, Quilava. Non-hollow Quilava. Look at this, 10 followers as well, $500. So that's how I felt about the card. 185 seems like a joke for what it is. Like, you realize how hard it is to get these WotC packs and get a 10 on the WotC, not the WotC packs, the vintage packs. So used to saying WotC, I still say it. So I didn't feel like he was a $185 card at all myself. I felt like, considering how extremely stringent the tag grading for vintage cards is, and really for anything, but that on top of it being Sandstorm, I felt like this should be hella expensive. It's an e-reader card. All right, so I don't know if I'll do the full 500. I'm going to do 480. The art's going to be a little more attractive than that one. But this price makes me feel a lot more comfortable with this card. Yeah, prices continue to rise on especially rare cards, everybody. So it's all about rare cards. Let's see. If you get 9.9 million, you won't get paid until you hit that minimum. It's to combat AI slop, YouTube Shorts, and get more quality content. Oh, very interesting. Yeah, yeah, I feel like we're definitely feeling a heavy dip in exposure in the algorithm for our shorts. And my counter strategy is supposed to be that Mike's side and I are supposed to be producing long-form content. That's the trick. We need to produce long-form content. But I haven't put out a new video. I don't even know what I want to make a video about. So it's harder than it looks to produce long-form content. It takes more time. It's more of an investment. It's certainly a much heavier time investment. So you need some sort of like style too. Like what are we gonna, like what works? And just grind that wheel for what works. But yeah, that's a tough one. Long form content. Maybe you guys can give me some ideas. No more paying Mike's side after 2026. No, he'll still get paid. He gets paid very well, by the way. That guy makes tons of money per video. Mike's side gets paid a lot per video that he posts. All right, but you know what we need to have him doing? In fact, we need to have him posting on X. That's what we need to have him doing. He needs to be logging into X and posting over there so that we get one more outlet for our cards. Because, if he was posting consistently to X, we might do well on X. Mark Kaplan, 5 of the 151 surprise. All right, we're going to hunt the 151 surprises. Mark's here. How's it going, Mark? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think long form's the way to go. For now, anyways, we got to do something because we're bleeding on the YouTube algorithm. Oh, he said 3, not 5. What am I doing? I got you too many. Now, he wants 2 of the Japanese Abyssai. 2 Japanese Abyssai. 1 of the Japanese white flare. Where'd those white flares go? There we are. More of the natural vlogging, talking to camera is better. I would say market talk. There we go. White flare. Can you also go through my bag for trade break spots? So you would like me to clear out some hollows or something, right? Okay. So we got a new trade break, by the way, guys. New Charmander trade break that you can use to dump your hollows or your bulk or whatever it is you don't want. You can dump those. Speaking of which, we should do that for Roki Hugh now. He had some cards that he wanted to trade. Oh, what is this, a Vanillix or something like that? The cards looks pretty good, actually. When they made that Pokemon, so many people hated on it, and yet it's not that bad looking in that card. There's electric energy. Would a battle edit be interesting? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's entertaining enough. Ooh, I love this Ditto, man. Trade me this Ditto. I'll trade you the Ditto. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that Ditto, man. All right, and Weedle. Okay. Mr. Mark Kaplan. Let's see. Here we are. Okay. I like that Ditto. He's cute. You just let me know if you're not a Ditto fan. We'll make a deal on him. All right, let's see. Let's see. You got some EXs here. You got a lot of ARs. If you ever don't, this is kind of a nicer holo. I don't know if you want to bother with it. Some people want to bother with some holos. Some people don't want to bother with their holos. It just depends on how you like to spend your time. That's some Chinese holos. They're not the same usefulness. Let's see. Here's a packet of EXs. So you got EXs. That's a Master Ball. That's a valuable card. All right, you got a little packet of holos there. You probably don't want this guy. A little Altaria. You got a little Halo card. You probably got that from a live custom or something. See, like, what do you want to do with this? Do you actually want this? I bet a lot of people don't. Okay, we got some more of these EV Heroes cards. Not EV Heroes, the Terra Festivals. That's just straight up bulk. That's got no value at all. That's a little bit of a nicer holo. Okay. Boop, boop. So we probably put this into your bag to give your bag some stability. Now your bag doesn't need it. You have a nice fat bag. So your baggy's all right. Cool. So when we remove all that bulk, the bag's so much thinner. Look at that. You got that nice ho-oh the other day. Centering's looking good on it. That's a great pull. So that's nice. Set that there. I'll put these over here for now. I don't know if you want to bother with these. I'd probably give you 20 bucks for the Ditto. Here it is. I have a fascination with Ditto these days. There we go. He's fun. He's a fun Pokemon. My feelings on him have grown. Now let's grab this bag. Oh, only interesting because we know the stakes. So you got a whole bunch of different holos going on here. You got like some English ones. You got some Chinese one. Bunch of Chinese ones here. You got some Japanese. You got a little packet of Japanese. That's kind of a nicer holo. Here's some Korean. It's definitely a mix. You got a mix of stuff. This, I guess that's some holo English. Counter Catcher. I don't know if you want the Counter Catcher. Koraidon. Now look, you got this little Mew. Here's a little Arbok. I like this little Misty's Gyarados. Here's a little Misty's Gyarados. Now see, that's in a packet of holos. Get that out of there. There we go. Well, he's off center real bad anyways. So you got some of these. You got a Lopunny, very cute. You got one of these. You got one of these. You get this helmet. All right, so I've done a nice little sort for you, right? And you got a whole bunch of crap over here. And then you got some nice stuff. And we can put the rest of these in that other bag real fast. That's really good. That was a hit, the Mew. All right. Hey, what's up, Mr. Alex? Welcome to the late night stream. Welcome, guys. How you doing? Okay, so check this out. So this is what you got. What we know is in here. Terra Festival Chinese, which is like pretty garbage to me. Some Japanese holos, very few English holos. And there's some like SRs, which I don't really care for most of them. Like this is an SR, I don't really care for it. You got some EXs like this. What are you thinking for like this? It's a whole mixed lot. We could go card by card, or we could just pile it out like this. We do one. Well, I don't know if would I pay $15 for this? I don't know if I'd pay $15 for this. Maybe I would. Maybe we do $15. It's hard to say because some of the I don't know. Yeah, it's tough to say, actually. Considering much of the pile is just your 2 boxes of the Terra Festival Chinese, and I don't think those are hardly worth anything. Those are like junk card cards. I don't know. Maybe 15 for this. Maybe 15. What do you think? Message on Discord, Mr. Thanks. Okay, give me a second, Mr. Chris. Okay, Mr. Chris. Let me respond. All right, there we go. I trust you on the value for them, works for me. Okay, so I'm paying $5 for each of these piles. It's a mix of GXs, it's a mix of Chinese, and it's a mix of holographics. And so let me go ahead and get rid of these in a pile somewhere. Probably put them next to the bulk cards real fast. All right. I got to do something with these. Put this over here. Okay. There we go. And he saw Odyssey was good. I'll put that over there. And now you've got one solidified bag of just the good stuff. Just the cream of the crop. Just the milk and honey. Ooh. Oh, we're living in the land of milk and honey, man. We're in America. Oh, yeah. That did is nice, man. I like that card. All right. I think, ooh, Misty Psyduck is nice. Holy, dude. Got your Pokeballs. You got your Raikou. Okay. Your little Umbreon. Your Master Ball. That's your big pull right there. This guy's really solid, too. I think a lot of people are going to grade the Groudon. Pincurchin. I like this Rayquaza EX, so he gets a separate sleeve. Golisopod Altart's not bad. You got the Ogerpon mask. All right, that's cool, man. It's cool. Well, you got some nice gradable cards in here. How do you have Greek mythology but not show any sex scenes? Were the Greeks into that much sex? I don't think they were, like, super decadent, were they? All right, very nice. I know when the Romans started Rome, they were considered, like, a lot more conservative. And then they moved out of being conservative. Let's get you your spots in that break now. By the end, the Romans were very decadent. The Romans fell for like multiple problems, but one of their big problems was actually inflation. I feel like we have the same problem. We have inflation, so we got to be careful with that. What do you guys think? Just like Pokemon card inflation. Gotta be careful with that Pokemon card inflation. It is. I felt blanked watching it. Wasn't woke. Let's grab Mark. Okay, Mark. Kaplan. Okay, and here's Mark. Kaplan. There we go. All right, all 3 of these going into the trade break. You guys might want to be in this trade break. It's actually a nice one. You get different kinds of trade breaks. You get little ones that aren't worth a lot, and then you get some big ones like this. Here it is. That is Charmander, Ace of Clubs, and he just moved by 3 new spots, so he's going to be up to 6. He's a big one. Here it is. For a R-rated film, it was tame. I also noticed there wasn't much blood. There will be blood. Hathim says 2 of the Paldea evolved. Okay. Maybe I should keep this box a little closer by. It's been kind of popular. People are like, give me that Paldea, baby. Paldea Evolved's been selling. People are thinking, hey, this product's about to get more expensive. Snip. And a snip. Good. Good luck. Super Rod, Fuecoco, Mimikyu, and Knockley, Arctobax, Hydreigon. I'm sorry, man. Nothing crazy popping out. We always hope for crazy. We really do. Don't take your girlfriend to see it. There you go. All right. And this is going to be... Oh, Mark, you had one more bag, actually. Oh, bummer, dude. What was in the last bag? So you had some more of these Chinese cards, a couple more of the English cards. Ooh, you got that beautiful Sylveon. Okay. All right. Now we know about that. And Hathim, you have a fresh bag. I watched the rest of that EDP documentary. Have you watched that yet, Mr. Alex? There's a documentary on EDP. I think you did watch it. You mentioned it, actually. I'd seen clips of it already. All right. I'm thinking of seeing it on first date. Hey, mister, when you're looking through my bag, didn't see Sylveon. That was the Sylveon. We just found it in the side bag. Forgot we did that. We did that in the daytime stream. Joshua Rose. Every rose has its thorn. Magic the Gathering Marvel. New bag. Every rose has its thorn. We have a restock on Magic Marvel. We're waiting for the Hobbit Marvel to show up. We still have quite a bit of the Power Rangers. So there's plenty of Power Rangers left. Look at that nice $480 Quilava. Here's Call Damage Control. Ninja of the Hand. Project Deathlock Soldier. Shield Helicarrier. Speedball New Warrior. Quantum Reduction. Inner Demons Gangster. Electra Hot Girl. The Thing. Here's Mountain. Quicksilver. Professor Hulk. Doom reigns supreme. Ooh. Fight to the death. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know he would use one of those. Oh, he stole one from her. Is that what happened? Okay. And construct a cosmic cube. All right, very good. Did you hear Buc-ee's is suing other mom and pop shops? Not Bussies. Oh, hell no. Not the Bussies. Why is Bussies suing other mom and pop shops? Are they stealing the Buc-ee's mascot or something like that? You know, they're an organization. They're going to start protecting their brand or whatever they're going to do. It is. All right. Oh, naughty. Maybe Super Troopers would be better. The beaver is slap happy. All right. A hairy beaver. Joshua Rose, not to be confused with Joshua Ramos. Thank you, Joshua. Soup. Soup. Okay, this is going to be 9.25. Good. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's talk a second about one of the cool things on the table right now. This Jungle Pack is huge. $119 a spot. You could do probably like a 3-way break on it, a 2-way break on it, whatever you want. But look at this. Look how far along it is. This Jungle Pack is almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're up to 7 out of 10 on the heavy Jungle Pack. It has a guaranteed holo in it. Maybe a good one, maybe not. We don't know. Could be Snorlax. We don't know. So that is a heavy Jungle Pack, and you may wish to be in there. Okay. So, and what's today? Today's Wednesday. Wednesday is sometimes a slow day. Let's see what Alex is posting. He says 1 Diagon and 1 Power Rangers 1. You're talking about Power Rangers, the new, whatever it's called, new season. Now, we don't have any more of that. We just sold out of that. Actually, let's remove it from the menu. I forgot about that. Let's remove it from the menu. We only have it on one menu. We don't have it on the website. The card said Power Rangers new season sold out. It was the last pack was handed out by Mark J. Valerian. All right, so that is done. Now, on the other hand, Diagon Alley's fine. So we got plenty of this. I might just give you a pack of season 2 and call it a day. What do you think, Alex? Ooh, Jungle Pack. Get in there, folks. Only 3 spots left on the Jungle Pack. It's actually pretty far along for how expensive it is. Here we are. So we still have these other Power Rangers. These are $12 a pack, and we don't have an infinite number of them. They are selling. We sold a pretty good chunk of them, actually, on day 1. They're $12 per pack. This is Power Rangers, $12 per pack. Okay. So it costs a little more, Alex, but I'll just waive it just to get your order done. There it is. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Go Power Rangers. Ready? Sneep. And sneep. All right, there we have it. Let's get it. Got some vintage cards here, guys. Cool stuff. Harry Potter, you got this old Harry Potter packs, and there's an HBO Harry Potter series around the corner. It's not bad timing, is it? The Standard Book of Spells, Canceled Practice, Sloth Grip, Tawny Owl, Piggly Dudley, Quidditch, Potions, Madame Malkin's Robes. Anything you guys pulled is going to go, ooh, anything you guys pull is going to go into the August recap now. So you guys pull something decent, we'll get it in the August recap. That's a new video type coming back. We've done it before, but I feel like this time it's going to be a little different. I'm actually going to pick the clips he shows off, and they're largely going to be clips we never posted before. Ooh, Gryffindor team is pretty cool. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, we got the bad guy being put in a capsule. Here's the chef guy with the hamburgers. Actually looks kind of good. Here are the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers all together in a group. All right, very good. Somebody pretending to be Frankenstein. This creepy-ass bad guy. This guy fighting the clay faces. Two girls. Halloween outfits. The card set's not huge. Look, we got the Red Ranger. That's nice. Okay, Red Ranger card. The Moon card. Here's the answer key. And now what do you get? You get a holographic Red Ranger, and he's in the ring, and they're going to, like, battle or something, and it's going to be like, whatcha? Okay, team finals. It's like something out of Karate Kid. Did anyone get the White Ranger? Yeah, I think somebody did. There you go. That was the only box of that product we have, and now it's gone. And I tell you what, this is the only box of Season 2 that we have. So you can still enjoy some Season 2. Maybe you get a nice holo from Season 2. Like, I assume every artwork you've seen could be a holo. And so we saw a really good one with all the Power Rangers on it. If you get that one as a holographic, I think that's a solid card. So Season 2 could run out pretty quickly. How much do I have left? Yeah, it's more than halfway sold. That most people focused on the cheaper new Season 1, but that one's gone now. So now the Season 2 could sell through. Here we are. There we go. Did you say, watcha? That's right. I may or may not know karate. Watcha? Let's see. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. This box is just really full, huh? All right, there we have it. A.L. Alex. We got this beautiful Quilava up here now for $480. He's pricey. He is a pricey card. He's a high-quality vintage card. Ours is cheaper than the one on eBay. That's right, the one on eBay is even more expensive. Cool. Let's see what's next. Let's see. Alex sent the remaining ballots. You didn't have to do that, Alex. Appreciate it, man. I was going to let that ride. I was going to say, like, Let's check the website now. It's the website's turn. Now, we do have a Tammy Lowe order next. Tammy Lowe. She says she wants 10 Vendettas and 15 Storm Esmeraldas and 1 shipping. Ooh, we got a big Tammy order. Oh, Tammy, be still my heart. Grabbing all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got 5 of these. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, I'm saving that empty box, but I know I got like too many of them. But the moment I stop saving them, I run out of them, and I go, oh my gosh, I wish I had more boxes. I wish I had more empty boxes. All right. Blech. Picking up this heavy box of Vendetta, which has been selling extremely well. Snipping that. Feeling all this, feeling all these. Welcome, guys, to the late night stream for Wednesday. Let me ask you guys a fun question. If you could have any music in the background, what would you guys be listening to? Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right now we just have some Terraria playing on a loop, which is nice. It passes the time. There we go. Wow. 10 of these. And then she says 15 of the Storm Esmeraldas. Donkey Kong. Boy, we played a lot of Donkey Kong, man. There's 4. Grab this bad boy. Of course, that's a sign that we liked it a lot. Good. All right. Peeling this, pulling this back. Oh, yes. Miss Tammy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh. Oh, my. Oh, lordy. Set this down over here. Wow, this is a big order, guys. Okay, we're going to start with your Pokemons and move on to your Liftbounds. Snipping all that. Snipping all these. Sneep. Okay, we got all the Sneeps. Getting real close to the end of the Jungle Pack. We also have that Roaring Skies pack back there. Don't forget about that one. That one's good too. All right, here's Malamar. A cold one. Here's him. Cacturn. Ooh, how about some hits? How about some hits? How about some hits? Ah, there we go. Raikou, of course. Oh yeah, we have not pulled the Raikou Altart, have we? Ooh, Growlithe. There's a Raikou Altart in this set. I forgot. This set's awesome. I'm glad I bought so much of it. Swablu. Lovely Swablu. Cold. Golurk. Altaria. Cold. All right, there we have it. Donkey Kong. Excuse me. Coughing it up over here. Oop. Gonna go ahead and sleeve this up. Good. Set this over here. And now let's snip up this Riftbound. Snipping this. Snipping this. Alex, we need a status report. Stat. Tell us some interesting news, Alex. Snipping this. And snipping this. All right. Boop. So that's all good. Tossing that. What we got? Who's got the crown right now? Is it still Andy Man? Andy Man, you're still the king, dude. Here's some hollows. Meteor shower tonight. Oh, cool. Oh, well worth your time. Renekton Brute. Overnumbered. Wow. Doing well there, Tammy. Okay. Let me grab this guy. I heard that the signatures are going crazy. Is that true? You know, the one guy was worried about not getting an overnumbered card. It was a guy who had placed an order earlier. And he was not correct about there being a set number of the ordered, overnumbered card per case. He was wrong about that. I don't know if he's watching tonight, but yeah, you can get more than 2 per case. And also, the goal is to pull a signature. So the overnumbered cards aren't even the top hits. The signatures are. Yeah. 6 planets aligned. I saw people were traveling to go see like a total lunar eclipse somewhere. That was kind of cool. Some miraculous saves from the Colombian earthquake. That's been pretty crazy to see. I've seen some people getting pulled from the rubble. Public execution. Here's Anubis. Here's the lady in the dress, Sona. Harmonious. And here we have Endless Riches. Oh, you don't say. And then finally, Akali. All right, there we go. A crazy lady was stalking our Lord and Savior, Shia LaBeouf, but was trying to tell people he was stalking her. That's some pretty big news. Another Sona? You got double Sona. Triple Sona, in fact. Cat Gulu is coming. Sona. Kind of sounds like soda. Like soda sopa. Okay, little Growlithe over here. So there we have it. And then Miss Tammy ordered a round of shipping. You've got a lot of stuff. Reaching way over there. Better write your name on this baggie, huh? Tammy. All right, Tammy 1. Actually, that might be all we need. Still time to pick up more stuff if you wish, Tammy. Are you leaving anything behind? Like this big bag with the exclamation marks in it. Set that there. Put this back. What is this? Oh, yeah, you got like these. What do you actually have here? You've got Yuffie, Lightning, your, yes, your pulls from the vintage pack openings. Yes. We have a Tammy bag. We got a Tammy low bag. We got a fat Tammy bag. And we got a Tammy bag. And we got a Tammy bag. I'm taking it all. All right, sounds like a plan. And let's grab... I saved this box just in case there was a big one. This is the Impel Marble box. Doobie-doobie-doo, doobie-doobie-doo. All right, fits like a glove. Perfect. Let's go ahead and make you a label. Here, I'll zoom out for you. You want to zoom out? Wait, that's not the zoom out. Oh, man. I hate it when the camera, like, refocuses. That's so annoying. Oh, that zooms in. There we go. Aha. Is that nice? No disc option. No game for me, Alex. You talking about discless gaming? Didn't I do, like, a whole crazy rant over the discless gaming? I'm, like, on the wrong side of it. I actually don't mind gaming going discless. Tammy, don't leave us. No, Tammy. What would we do without Tammy? She's taking all of her stuff, and she's going back to her parents' house, and she's taking the kids, and you'll see me never again or something. I don't know where I'm going with this. Tammy, let's get your label made. All right. Tammy, I've never actually read your email address. You have a very good email address. I'm going to go ahead and add some weight to this. Very Tammy-like of you. Bit heavier. The question is, can Alexis fit all that into one box? And should she? All right, we're going to make this a one-box shipment. Well, I don't know how many slabs you have, though, but I don't think you have a lot of slabs. All right, let's see. No disc gaming is a no-go. What? Turn this down a little bit. We're going to torture them with no disc gaming. What? I'm just waiting for the label to queue up. It says it's a pricey label. The price of shipping's gone up, guys. It's kind of sad. I'll probably just keep my price the same. I'll probably just eat the difference. Doobie-doobie-doo, doobie-doobie. Oh my God, Tammy, it's taking forever, dude. This software is so slow at choosing the price of the label. I don't know why that is, because sometimes it's really fast. My leg. I accept my digital overlords. Yes, you will accept your digital games, peasants. You shall not own your games. You will scrap about them on the internet and beg us to keep your account open. Oh, please, Lord of the Games, don't shut my account down. That'll be you in no time. Dude, this is still not calculated. You have so much stuff. I can't really set your stuff like just to the side while the label calculates. I mean, maybe I could. Oh my God. It would be really useful if it just said what the cost was. All right, so it's not going to do that. Maybe this will just fit over here for a second. Okay. Please don't fall over. Okay, Tammy's label is queuing up. Now, what's next? We have an order from Joshua Rose. Actually, you know what? I believe it's Hathim's turn. I'm going to let Joshua go first. I don't think his order interrupts your order. I already called his name, so I'm kind of a one-track mind kind of person, Mr. Hathim. Let me go grab this for him real fast. So he's opening up another one of these, and then we'll get right over to yours, Hathim. All right, let's zoom in. There we go. I wouldn't mind digital if it meant we owned the media we paid for. Ah, I see how it is. You think you're going to own the means of production, is that it? Here's Dependable Quinjet. Here's Burrow Backup. Vibranium Energy Daggers. Hercules, Prince of Poopies. Hawkeye, Young Avenger. That's a girl. Accelerated Evolution. Wild Pack Squad. Fixer, Techno Terror. Red Hulk. Why is he red? Is he just like more angry? Here's Island. Alien Invasion. The Thing. Hidden Lair. Aha! Seize the Day. And Vision Quest. Alright, so those will be your cards. You got this Daredevil card. I don't know about Daredevil. Daredevil, man, he does not do it for me. Do any of you guys really like Daredevil? There you go. And let's grab this Red Hulk. Okay. Ow. Alright, we'll toss that over there. Oops. Alright. Good. Very nice. Setting this down. And now we should be able to print this label. Yes, finally it loaded. Jesus, dude. Boop. We gotta stay strong, Cactuar Queen. Many will cave with GTA 6. I'm caving now. Okay. Ugh. All right, there we have it. We have moved Miss Tammy's stuff into the shipping area with an appropriate label. Thank you so much. Where are the political news? Honestly, there's like nothing to talk about right now. Like, I think I saw a clip where Destiny said he was going to leave the Democrat Party or something like that. That's not even news. All right, 2 Paldea evolved. Da-da-da. For our friend, Mr. Athim. Yeah, like, there's nothing going on right now. It's actually kind of boring. There you go. We need some celebrity news or something. You got to fill the time up with something, you know? Here's Qfant, Pineco, Tinkaton, and the head of Xbox, the new CEO. What was her name? I don't remember. She said she got to see an early demo of Elder Scrolls 6, and she said it was good. But of course she said it was good. That's her job to say it was good, so I don't know what to trust. I'm so sorry, Hathim. That's still cold. That's a tough round there. 4 packs of that is pricey. All right, here we are. I heard Trump's press lady left. Oh, the one that had the baby? That's a rough job, man. All right, Mark Kaplan is next. One Ascended. One Ascended. We got these Ascendeds right here. I don't think I would take that job. I'd be like, nah, I'm going to open Pokemon cards. I don't care what the benefits are. Hell no. That's got to be one of the roughest jobs. I know there was like a new Nick Shirley video, and he was exposing, like, in New York, there were like these like Korean adult daycare centers, and he was showing that the daycare centers, to attract more patients, they were offering kickbacks, like cash money. And so they would bring people in, and then they would claim them, you know, like, oh, we have these patients who need money or something like that, and they would charge the federal government. And then what they were really actually doing is just giving that money back to those patients. I don't know. I haven't actually watched the video. That's actually just all from clips I've seen on the internet. But apparently it's like, you know, like $80 million, one building with like 4,000 clients. There's some impossible number. I guess I'm not surprised. I mean, it seems like it would be so easy to do something like that. What I'm trying to tell you guys is you're doing it all wrong. If you're going to work and you're working for like $24 an hour, you're being stupid. You need to get a good job, like scamming the government. You gotta get some Pokemon money together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I heard Trump might have had a minor stroke when being asked questions by the press, the Oval Office, the same day that the lady everybody's saying a cyborg. What? I did hear about him getting snuck off. I heard an update on that. It's because I guess U.S. intelligence got word that there was an assassin in Turkey with like a shoulder airplane missile shooter launcher. So that was why they snuck him off the plane. You might have heard that one. One Japanese, Abyss Eye. It's kind of exciting. There we go. They were taking it seriously, so ready? I'm going to play the heck out of the new Wolverine game next month. Yeah. Me too, actually. There, let's snip this. I'm not playing any games right now. I'm playing one game, and it's called Pokemon Cards, man. There. All right. Okay. Snipping this. And snipping this. This weekend, Karis has another doctor visit, so that's kind of stressful. There you go. All right. Boop. Now, the thing I'm talking about was yesterday in the Oval Office. He was asked something about Iran, and while talking, he started to making no sense, and they rushed the press out. I didn't see that. Here's Dragonair. All right, one Dragonair popping out there, Mark. Let's see what else we got. We got a cold one. Here's a Kyogre. Ooh, Kyogre. Here's Giratina. Here's Masquerade. That's a cool one. It says that was drawn by something called Rend. What does Rend mean? You think any of these Pokemon are AI art slop at this point? I love this guy right here. This EX is actually a pretty good EX for once. Looks great. Here's Armorage. Ooh. Boop. Armorage. Cold. 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 And cold. Wow. Okay, a bunch of those packs were cold in a row. Oops. Let's let this here. Boop. I should have cleared the bulk up before we went live. I didn't clear it up. All right. I don't know what game to play. We should have a game to play. We should have like a game to play as a group. Have you guys ever thought about that? I wonder if we could all get on the same video game together. All right. I don't know what it would be. There we go. Probably a cross-console game because I'm on the Xbox. The Xbox. All right, let's go ahead and rotate these slabs. We got Newcomer Kobeni. We got Spearow. We've got Nidoking. Here's Dark Electrode and Ghost's Right Hand. There we go. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark, keeping us busy tonight. Here's an Alex. Oh, we already did that one. Thank you, Alex. Joshua Rose. We took care of Mr. Joshua. Joshua's going after those comic book artworks, isn't he? All right, cool. So let me check the website. All right, we're all caught up on orders. We're done with the first hour of the stream, and the queue is open now. So I get to talk a little bit about what we got, but let me have a sip first. I haven't had a sip. All right. We're currently rotating through the next box. I ought to show off all of the, I ought to take some time and show off all of the consignment slabs from time to time so they don't take too long. Actually, before I do anything else, let me take a, I'm going to take some pictures of this and get this one listed up to eBay. Called Ghost's Right Hand, huh? All right. I got to list one thing per night, right? So let's get one thing listed right now. I bought another thing on eBay if you missed that. I bought that Gold Star Gyarados 6. Really expensive. That's where all my money goes, just back into Pokemon. Ghost's Right Hand. Is that right? All right, let's take a look. And there is actually one graded, and they won 175 for it. Oh, wait, and then here's one for 150. So the 150 price was correct. And you know what? I feel like their pictures aren't as good. We're going to get some good pictures. Good pictures sell a card sometimes, you know. I think one of the most important things when you're selling on eBay, you got to make sure that your card actually kind of pops. This. All right, flip that around. Okay. There you go. Take another picture like that. Good. People want to really see the card, you know. Mister, you got to save for a house. I know. I got to start saving for a house. Dang it. I'm gonna get a smaller house and bigger Pokemon cards. What do you think? Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Let's jump over here. I think I'm all done buying for a little while though. Any big slabs, that is. It's just some slabs are more timely than others. Like you don't get a lot of time to make a decision. Right hand. Okay, and this shall be hashtag E099, and this shall say Weiss Schwartz Chainsaw Man English. And how about hollow and foil? All right, just to let them know that mine's holographic. There we go. We're going to continue without match. Is this card graded? Yes, it is. We're going to say PSA. We're going to say the greatest 10. We got an open queue if you guys want to open some cards, if you want to have fun, if we got a first-time watcher who's never placed an order. Let's go ahead and upload these photos. Okay, you ready? So what image should we go with? I think this. All right, we got 5 images. All right. We'll head over to description. There we go. We're going to hit done on that. And then for pricing, so the pricing online that I saw was $150. Let's go with 145. And then we'll just hit list. Boom. I threw another one in a few ago. No rush. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Probably was still being processed. Good. So that's up. And now we have a fresh item listed on eBay. Honestly, I don't think this item would have sold very fast on the channel. I think this item right here would have struggled to sell. And it's because we don't really sell a lot of Chainsaw Man packs at all. So why would the Chainsaw Slab sell? You know? And I only graded it for fun for Karis. She got to open whatever she wanted and then grade whatever she wanted. So she's like, I love Chainsaw Man. Let's do that one. There we go. All right. Very nice. It's kind of interesting how, you know, having like an understanding of the market or like good taste of the market can help you pick the exact cards that should be graded because they'll move, or like maybe they're high margin or something like that. Mark Kaplan says 8 Storms, 1 Ascended, 2 Abyssai. Ooh, I wonder if the Ascended Heroes is getting hotter. 2 of the Abyssai. We're grabbing 2 of these. Abyssai is a really cool set too. You know, I feel like people kind of did not finish this set. This set's really good. So we got the Mega Darkrai in here, and we got the Mega Rayquaza in the Storm Emeralda. So it's like 2 really good sets, man. Do you add extra insurance above the $100 default amount on eBay for shipping? Generally, I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 right there with 1 pack left. All right. Mr. Mark. I think we got to toss you in the giveaway, man, because you're keeping us busy. You, Hathim, and Tammy, what do you guys think? Should we toss them in the giveaway? We're going to say Hathim, 7, Joshua Rose, 8, Tammy, and number 9, Mark Kaplan. Hey, Mr. Mark. Good. All right. Very nice. Time to snip. Here's the Abyss High. Ooh. Snipping this. Oh. I feel like we should come up with a new product that we've never sold before. Something, I like it when we come up, like once upon a time, we never had gym breaks. And then one day we just had them. And it changed the way the channel felt, you know? And then once upon a time, we didn't have Poke Shuffles, and then one day we made them up. And then the channel changed. And it was more fun. I'd love to know, like, what's the next thing, you know? Like, what do we do after this? Ready? Here goes. Team Rocket, Giovanni, Darmanitan, Colossal. Oops. Here's. Whoa. Raku. Ooh. Here's. Oh, no. Another SR popped out right away. So that's it then. So it's Raikou and the Leaf Energy. Special Leaf Energy. Cold. Gaifu Shuffle. We could try for Gaifu Shuffle. There is actually a Gaifu gym break up here if you wish to join it. Here it is. So it's from Chainsaw Man, Kishibe's signature, $40. Beatrice is in here. She's waiting for one more girl to join her. But you might not. I don't know. Maybe you've never watched Chainsaw Man. But I'm worried that if we did a Gaifu break, like a break box, I'm worried it would not be very active. That's my concern, is that girls would not actually go in on that one. Okay, here's Altaria. All right. And here's the Darkrai Eyeball. I really didn't expect that design for Darkrai. There it is. All right. It's not exactly a cold round because you pulled 2 SRs, right? But it's like, man, it's crazy how bad the desire is for an Altart compared to an SR. Let me go ahead and sleeve this. Mr. Mark, we're flying through those boxes of Storm Emeralda, guys. We really are. I mean, they're just melting away. Everybody orders Storm Emeralda. It's a good. It must be a really good set. It's very popular. All right, there we go. Good. This is a consignment card you might be interested in. Here's Topps Spiro, graded 10 by tag. It's really hard to get. There's a Queen of Spades, Lily Lunala. That might be a good one to list. Jake the Dog, Jake Infected, Kabutops. I would love to actually take the other shuffle, disassemble it, and reassemble it so that it was like a $20 a spot thing. Very similar to the Waifu shuffle. And then we could put the cap on like the, you know, like the highest pull can be up to $400. That would be a good idea. So, what do we got now? It looks like the queue is once again open. We got nobody in the queue. I can send you recommendations on what to put in the Gaifu box for it to move. Oh, yeah? You'd probably be pretty accurate. Hey, let's take a quick look at this baggie over here. Usually it shows off the new packs on the table. I don't think I've been keeping up with it very often. Here's Lorcana. That is new. Here's ReZero. Oh, look at that for 115. That's not accurate. No, that's not accurate at all. This pack is $235 per pack. Where did that even come from? I must have just found that one. All right, so we got some of those. Topps Marvel Chrome. The Quidditch Cup. Nobody's really opened very much of this. This is real popular. We're just showing that off. Azure Lane. This isn't exactly new anymore. This one's older now. That one's not, it doesn't belong in the bag anymore. I feel like Dreamlike Oceans. Yeah, this one's done. It doesn't need to be shown off anymore. All right. let's work on this baggie real fast. I'm going to keep showing the boys off. We got to move the boys. That one's got to sell. Here's Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity Collection. That one's been around for a while. I'm going to take this one out of here. So you guys know we got Rarity Collection. We have a good chunk of it left. A little more, about 3/4 of a box left. So that's a good chunk of it. OP16 English. Did I sell out of that? I actually don't remember. I didn't sell out of that, right? No, there it is. Okay, we're good on that. We're missing Musubat. We gotta get Musubat in here. Here's Pitch Black. Yeah, we'll leave Pitch Black up here. Why not? Union Arena Chainsaw Man. That one's I'm gonna keep showing it off. I like showing that one off. We got Brown Dust 2, the Korean pack. That's a good one to show off. And then Chilling Rain needs to go in the Chilling Rain box. Chilling Rain's had its time. All right, cool. So now we just got this. Now, I feel like we should add stuff to the baggie. New stuff to show off. Obviously, a couple of these packs are a little bit old, actually. But the Power Rangers should be in here, shouldn't it? So Power Rangers is new. What else is new? Obviously, Storm Emeralda. That one's really new. Ooh, look at that. So that starts a new box of it. There we go. Animal Crossing is back. 2 forms of Animal Crossing, in fact. So there's Storm Emeralda. So for the Animal Crossing, we have both this Amiibo. Oh, I know it's new. The Rainbow Packs. Yeah, you forget about those. Hold on, let's see. So these are new. These are a whopping $225 because they're in such great condition. Really good condition on these. We got a great box of these. That's a vintage pack. So, you know, if you've ever wanted a chance at a vintage card, there you have it. What else is going on? Well, I actually will pop this Marvel pack in here, but at the correct price of $235. Wow, cool stuff, man. Power Rangers, Brown Dust, Union Arena for 14. It's 15 or 16 now, isn't it? Pitch Black. You know, I'm going to take the Union Arena back out. There it is. He doesn't need to be in there. Pitch Black. What people have been buying is the Paldea Evolved. That's what people have been buying. So people have been buying this guy because they're after the Magikarp. Okay, this is popular. Paldea for 19. So people want Paldea Evolved because they want to be able to say, hey, I pulled that crazy $5,000 Magikarp out of there. Cool, all right. Okay, cool, man. Showed off some packs here. I'll keep working on that. That's sort of like the show-off bag. Do you have Eevee? I have Eevee. Next product could be a mystery box or slab. Unlike the shuffle, you're guaranteed a slab or card range from 30 to 300. True. I think I know what you're talking about. It's like, in order to pull that off, I've thought about the mystery slabs. We actually had that product in the past. We had a product exactly like that. Every pull was a guaranteed slab. And it kind of sucked because there were so many like bad slabs in the box in order to sort of like justify one good slab. So you would pull out a slab that's like $20, but you will pay like $45 for it. And that leftover $25 would be used to save up for like a hot slab going into the box, right? Because, you know, if the price to buy in's $45, well then how am I going to fit like a $400 slab in there? Well then there's only one way. You have to have like, you know, you have to have like 20 bad slabs to be able to load one good slab in there. So I don't know, it felt like worse somehow. So we did try that. The mystery slabs, I wasn't a huge fan. Next up, we got an order of Mark Kaplan going deep. 2 Ascended Heroes, 1 Paldea Evolved, 6 of the Storm Emeraldas, and 3 Abyss Eye. Now, a question I have for you, do you want that pack of Paldea Evolved we just put away, or do you want the next one from the next booster box? Decide your fate tonight. Choose your own story. So here's another Ascended. Good. Mr. Mark. Mark keeping us entertained tonight, guys. Your orders are the entertainment. All right, right, let's see. Slide this card over here. You want this Ghastly? I'm gonna give it to you, actually. So 1 Paldea evolved, 6 of the Storm Emeraldas. We need a new box of the Storm Emeraldas. So quickly, too. Storm Emeraldas, guys, they're selling. They're moving real fast. There it goes. I'm surprised. We actually have to go gather 3 more booster boxes of it already. We just did that. That's a pretty bullish sign for this set. People want that Rayquaza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6 of those for you. Good, sir. We got a cool trade slab today, guys. If you haven't seen it, the trades. Oh, there's the trade bag. I was wondering where that had gone. I had to make a new one. We used it for the Storm Emeralda. We got a pretty cool trade slab going on for $5. This Charmander you can buy in direct or trade me some of your stuff. 3 of the Abyss Eyes. All right, 3 Abyss Eyes. Waiting to come up on an Abyss Eye thing. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for Paldea Evolved. Next box, maybe it's an All Magikarp Arrow box. All right, let me go get the next box. I think I brought it in the room already, didn't I? Yep, there it is. Because I was anticipating needing this soon. All right, we got it. How about Gem 4, guys? Gem 4 with the Captain Pikachu still available, and it's really cheap, $4 a pack. There we go. Very good. Now, 1 Paldea. Good. Oops. I like to trim these and reuse them. Throw that away. Fresh box. I know that's what you guys like. Good. Now, what do we got? Snipping time. Okay, snipping these. Here's a Ghastly. Here's 2 Ascended. And some Storm Emeralda. Good. Wait, let me grab this. The mystery slab might be a little rough, but I think it would be okay for a $60 product. Well, one other problem with trying to run a mystery slab product right now is it would actually be competing with the Poke Shuffles and the live customs. So I think that if people felt like the mystery slabs weren't handing out like the best slabs at $60 a pop, it would end up just losing anyways to those other 2 products. Numel, Entei. Here's Silcoon Mawile. Okay, still no luck in the Ascended Heroes. Got a little bonus Ghastly this time, though. That's nice. Abyss Eye. Cold. Cold. Could have both options. Shuffles of mystery boxes. Yeah, like I said, we actually did already try mystery booster packs where it was a guaranteed slab every single time, and it was distinctly unpopular. People did not prefer it. It was a slow seller. People will open up a pack. It will be like a $20 slab that they paid $40 for, and they'd be like, meh. You know, it's weird how that works psychologically. It's almost like they'd rather pull nothing than pull a $20 slab each time. Here it is. I think there's almost like this impression, like when you pull a cold spot out of the live custom, right? You know the box is now a full $25 hotter. And compare that to dropping $40 and knowing the box is only $20 hotter because it's like a $20 slab. So I felt like the mystery slabs, which we already tried, was not very successful. Here's Giratina. All right, there we have it. Mark Kaplan pulling the Electivire AR. I feel like this was a rough round. I think this round was tough. There we go. We did do the binder break for a while. That was kind of cool. I felt like people enjoyed that one. But I think it was turning out the reason they were enjoying it is because I was severely underpricing it because I was too lazy to price it at the beginning. And then later, when I actually started pricing the cards, like looking up their value, I was like, oh, these are really expensive. Okay, that goes right back there. And then once I started correctly pricing them, interest in the binder break like dropped immediately. Here's Bufalon. Here's Luzamine. Here's Meowth. And here's Kix. Ah, man, his name's Kix. I would go for mystery slabs over shuffles. Let's see what's next. You're the expert on this particular audience shop. Just my 2 cents. You know, it's funny you say that because the other guy, Roki Hyun, right? He was in here. He's been dropping some big dollars. He's been talking about how roasted he got by mystery slabs. Yeah, he said they wrecked him. Mystery slabs wrecked him. He was talking about it. All right, cool, man. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and run around on this giveaway for you guys. We got the free giveaway round right here. I'm going to turn on the giveaway. There you go. Website. So Nightbot's ready to go. Type in free to get a spot on this kitty cat. Make sure you guys get around in here before I get too tired for it. The daytime stream, we didn't hand out a spot. And I hate that it worked out that way, but it's like, dang, dude, we were so over time. We were so completely out of time at that point. It was so bad. Now, let's see. I'm going to hit refresh on this. All right. So we're caught up on all the orders. And I'm going to start getting this handed out, shall we? Here's Cat. Miss Cat's going in. Oh, yeah, you had an order right at the beginning, Miss Cat. Kayla. Here's 11. Andy Man. Oops. Andy Man. Number 12. Magician's Hobby. So we're not done handing out spots on this. We're just handing out a couple early, okay? That's what we're doing there. Just for fun, okay? So that's the kitty cat. Meow. Now what should we do? Here's the Roki Hyun. He had these bulk cards, and he wanted me to just take them for free. Of course, I don't want to take them from him for free. Looks like we're going to do a trade for 4 spots in the Charmander. So he's going to get 4 spots over there. And I'm going to move some of this other bulk, too, because we got all this bulk. All right, let me put this here real fast. I'm actually having a problem where there's too much of it. I need to, like, organize it somehow. Give me a moment. Okay, we'll move these bags as well. Those were from earlier. I'm scared this table is going to break from too much weight on it. Stellar Crown. You know, nobody ever opens Stellar Crown anymore. I wonder why that is. Stellar Crown has that really cool Squirtle in it, don't they? That's like one of the best cards from that time period, from Scarlet Violet. Okay, there we go. So those are gone. And then, shoop, 3, 4 of these. There we go. All right. These 4 cards shall say key, 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 and key. There we go. That's going into the trade bag. If only Sprigatito stayed on 4 legs. Yeah, they keep turning the Pokemons into furries. What do you guys think of that? This will jump up to 7 out of 34. Good. What do we got here? Discord, Mega Tyranitar's up to 3 spots left. eBay, Cardconomist, email. Astral Radiance box split. Nobody has joined it. That's too bad. What do we got here? We've got Gift Pikachu up to 3. First time order gets a Charmander Ghastly. It must be a $20 order. Pack split. Jungle's up to like 3 spots. This guy has a few people in it. We got the new, very, very expensive Gengar break. It's 1 in 36 now. And we can do a little sub list. 33. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So there's a little Gengar sub list to get spot number 2 done, I guess. I don't want to do 36 sub lists, but I don't know. Got to do what you got to do, I guess. We do sub lists for the Mega Tyranitar too, don't we? Here's Loot Pack going into the free one. All you got to do is type free to get into this giveaway. Mr. Loot Pack going in. Good. Well, what is next? I'm going to jump over here, and we got another Mark Kaplan order in the queue. He says 2 Ascended, 2 Paldea Evolved, 5 Storm Esmeralda. I like how you typed out Esmeralda. Funny, dude. All right, you're going deep, man. Tonight's stream brought to you by Mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Mr. Mark. There it is. He's snipping along some of these packs. Snip of this. Snip of this. And snip of some of these. Oh, yes. Boop. Maybe I should make some red label cards available. Ooh, Pincurchin. Thinking about what kind of work we can get done on a lazy Wednesday. Code. Here's Rayquaza. Oh, oh, wow. We've got a cold one. A cold one. All right, so those are some cold ones. Please let the new puppy Pokemon not be a furry. Oh, he's so standing on 2 legs. Yes. He's going to have a chiseled face. Yes. They're turning him into a femboy character. Look at that. Like, look at this. What? What is this, Digimon? My God, what are you doing, Pokemon? Pokemon, you're drunk. Giacomo SIR. I mean, normally you'd be excited to pull an SIR, but that's kind of a stinky one. How about an AR? How about an AR? That's what we're looking for. Oh, you did pull an AR. It was Flamigo. Well, the good news, though, is that it's very well centered. Take a look at the centering. That's important. You need that centering in order for that. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's really clean. Yeah, so if there's a Magikarp in the box, that would be a good box to pull them out of, apparently, based on the Flamigo. Centering matters. You got to pay attention to that stuff, you know? You got to pay attention. All right. Please let the new puppy... You think it's that easy, don't you, huh? You think, Mamma Mia, is that what you think? You think you just get a puppy? You just got to stay a cute little doggy? I don't think so. Here's Elijah Martinez, 2 spots in the Roaring Skies pack break. About time, bro. We were waiting for you to join this one. We were like, where's Elijah Martinez? We need Elijah on this instantly, ASAP. All right. The earth needs you, Elijah. Elijah Martinez. You know what we should do? We should put up some Christmas lights for Christmas. We have one type of lighting in this room ever. We never try any other lights. I say on Thanksgiving, we get a little glass dish, and I put like some turkey, and I put some mashed potatoes, and we just put it right here on the table and just sits there the whole day on Thanksgiving. Okay, so we got Bryce, we got Nicholas Williams. All right. 4 people in the Roaring Skies. Don't underestimate how fast that Roaring Skies can end, because this could be over in a heartbeat. It's a very small break. Thank you so much, Elijah. We filled your spot. Boop, 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 boop. Click. It's Kingston Ball. What's up, Kingston? Tell me about life. You're getting older. I'm getting older, Kingston. Remind me, what's your age now? Are you like 15 or something now? Here's Lee. Here's Ekins. Here's me, Alf. It's another year, Mr. Kingston. Kingston, my life has changed a lot over the years. I became a Pokemon millionaire. What do you think of that, Kingston? When you met me, I wasn't a Pokemon millionaire. My life's been kind of going in the right direction a little bit. Look, I'm gonna flex on you. That's what people say, I guess. They say flex or something. Let's see. The Kingston Ball, the famous Kingston Ball. All right. Check this out. So Kingston, in theory, this is about $1 million right there. That would make me a Pokemon millionaire. And now I can die happy because I won the children's cardboard game. What's the pop on the Ekans? Oh, it's probably nothing. There we go. Is there a way to, do we got to scan this? Okay, so it's got a little QR. I'll try scanning it, okay? I never really learned how the CGC website works for like scanning population. I just turned 16. Oh, old enough to work now. Now you can get a job at Target or something. Good deal, man. All right. Now, let's see. So, are you ready for the population? Does it say? There are 3 of these. All right, we got 3 Ekans. So, you're looking at pop 3 Ekans. Here it goes. Not very many. That's great to hear. Yeah, Pokemon, all I did was Pokemon cards for the last 7 years, and they became weirdly expensive. It was all after Logan Paul sold his trophy Pikachu for like $16 million. After that point, the game changed. All the cards I had blew up. So Logan Paul keeps doing me favors, I guess, because he did that back in like 2020. He did the same thing. But he sold that Illustrator Pikachu for $16 million. And the gloves were off for me. All my cards blew up in price right after. So it was like, oh, thank heavens. I'm so glad it worked out. Pokemon could have done the opposite thing. It could have gone way down in price, and I could have just been a sucker holding on to Pokemon cards like a nerd. That's the plan. Trying to get a job. I have made a decision. I want to hear your decisions, Kingston. Tell me how it goes, okay? All right, let's see what we got over here. We got a abandoned giveaway card. It appears to be abandoned. So that is a Scarlet Violet Magneton AR that got a 7.5. So why was this a 7 anyways? Oh, yeah, there's a problem down there. Okay, it is a 7. Well, let's save this to give it away again. Okay, we'll give that one away again. Now, do we need more of these? Yeah, we do. Actually, I think we have a packet right here. Okay, you know, I have been taking my sweet time on finishing the Zelda cards. And I shouldn't do that. We should just get the Zelda cards done and be done with it. All right. Boop. All right. Almost time to be an adult. You get to vote in just 2 years. When I was 16, when I was your age, my family was 11 kids deep, and we were really struggling financially because that's too many kids. And I was working all day long. I was homeschooled, but basically I didn't get educated. So I'm a millionaire today. When I was younger, I never went to school. I was homeschooled, but my family was so poor. I worked in my dad's home business, and I never got educated. And so every single day at the age of 16, I was outside working. I was selling stuff on eBay for my dad. He would be out of town doing his job. His job often required him to leave town. So I'd be alone out there with a bunch of gigantic saws and pretty expensive cameras. Cameras were expensive back then. They didn't have smartphones yet. And I would ship about 25 to 40 items every single day. Because my dad's rule was he required 25 items to be listed per day in auction. So that was the nature of the business. It was all auctions. No buy it nows. I do all buy it nows. So every item got listed in auction, and you had to get 25 done a day. So here's what my day would look like. I'd wake up. Sometimes it'd be like 100 degrees in the summer, and I'd have a bucket of water with a ladle in it, and I'd be wearing my sandals, and I'd go out in our garage, and I'd pour water on my head and get covered in sawdust. Then I'd start wrapping up everybody's auction wins. I'd get like 25 packages all packaged up and labeled for the Mr. UPS man who knew me. And then I would chop wood from our wood inventory into usable pieces like bowl blanks, pen blanks, cue blanks, whatever it was, knife blanks. I just had creative liberty to make whatever I wanted. So I could just choose the product that I thought was doing best. Then until the end of the night, I would be taking pictures of the product and listing it on eBay. And it would all be done outside. It was very tiring. You had a laptop and you just stand there listing on the laptop. So my day would begin probably around 9 a.m. and it would probably end around 11 p.m. And that's all I did. Did nothing else. No education at all. I had school books, but I didn't touch them. And my mom, who's normally very strict, she didn't say anything about it. She's extremely strict. She was kind of a crazy woman. But she wouldn't do anything about me not doing any schoolwork. And I know why. It's because we were that close to going bankrupt. She knew that she needed me out there working, earning money. So I would just work all day. And that was most of my entire childhood. I never actually went to public school. It was homeschool the whole way. So I had a very different lifestyle from most people at a young age. We are. What do you think of that, Mr. Kingston? Here's Elijah, 2 spots in the way. I already did that one. That was my lifestyle. It started that way at about 13. That was when my dad started his wood business. And he started bringing home all kinds of really heavy-duty saws. I used a lot of valuable saws, unusually large ones, and I never cut any of my fingers off. But so I would be 13, 14, 15, and 16 years old, cutting all this wood, and there was no supervision. My mom didn't watch me. I had no coworkers. My 2 older sisters, they already had jobs. They worked at Target and Home Depot, so it was just me. And my younger siblings, they didn't want to do it. They weren't allowed to do it. So it was just me by myself out there with all those saws in 100-degree heat in Missouri. And that was it for me. All right, Mark says 7 of the Stormy Daniels. Now, hold on, man. You're showing your age, Mr. Mark. No, I'm just kidding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I remember when Stormy Daniels was popular, young, and hot. 3 ascended. That's why Trump's whole thing with her is funnier than ever. You know, it's so funny when that came out. Let's see. I made a choice to drop out of high school and get my GED. I know it's not a diploma, but you can still be successful trying to get it and hit the workforce as soon as possible. Okay. Do you know what kind of work you like to do? Honestly, I didn't get an education. I did not go to high school. I did not learn trigonometry. I didn't learn geometry. I didn't learn pre-calc. I didn't do any of those things. That was my life. I didn't learn any of those things. I didn't learn a second language. I didn't learn physics. I didn't learn whatever poetry and all that crap that they teach you at school, I guess. I didn't go to any sports teams. I was pretty athletic and I didn't get to go. When I was young, I was real athletic. And my brothers and the kids on the street, we played sports all the time. And I was nimble and quick. But I didn't get to do any of that stuff. One Paldea evolved. Here we are. For me, it was just work. It was an extreme amount of work. It was from the day the sun came up to the moment the sun went down. I was out in the garage. Sometimes I'd stay out there till like 2 a.m. in the morning. You know that? What would happen is the sun would go down and it'd cool off. And I was done working. I got the 25 listings done. And what I would do is I would take a piece of wood and I'd start turning it into a bowl or a vase using the lathe. So I had hundreds of turnings. You guys have seen the turnings before, right? The pens and the vases. I've shown it a couple of times. So I only took some of them with me when I ran away. I didn't take them all. I couldn't bring them with me. There's too many. They were all over the place too. And so sometimes the nighttime would cool down. I'd turn on the radio. I'd be listening to like 70s and 80s oldies. And I'd start turning stuff on the wood lathe, and that was it for me. Stayed out of the house the whole day. You know why? Because there were 10 other children in that house, and it was hell. You went into the house and it was horrible. Screaming and crying and fighting and beatings and fighting over food and fighting over drinks, and some kid needs their poop wiped, and someone pooped on the floor because they're learning how to use, no diapers, and it was horrifying. So in a way, the garage was an escape. I was like, I'm going back outside. I'd be out there all day working because it was better than being inside. It genuinely was. Then at the end of the day, I would be covered head to toe in sawdust, all different colors, purple, red, yellow, green, all colors of the rainbow, orange sawdust, black sawdust, everything. Wow, I like this Pikachu and the Charmeleon at least. They're kind of cute. I don't know if they're worth anything. We are. All right. Here's Cramorant and Monkey Dory. I would come inside completely covered in sawdust, take my gloves off. I had all kinds of mechanics gloves because there were so many splinters to get while working out there. So I'd have a mechanics gloves with the tips cut off, which was still pretty dangerous for your fingers. I actually had really huge calluses right here and right here, and my knuckles and all that, tons of callus. And I would go downstairs to the basement where I shared a bedroom with 5 brothers. And we had one bathroom we all shared amongst each other, and I'd take a bath because we didn't have a working shower. So it was a bathroom that my dad made. He didn't hire somebody to make it, he made it. And it didn't have a functional shower, so I would be like 16 and I'd take a bath, and I'd be washing all that sawdust off of myself all night long, and then finally I'd climb into bed and hope to fall asleep. Just to do it all again the next day. But the goal was just to kind of stay outside and not ever come inside. And so I didn't really get a high school education at all. And all the school kids would come home at like 4 p.m., 3 p.m., and they'd all look at me like I was insane. They're like, wow, look at that kid. I was like the impoverished kid. I was the pauper. We were the serfs, They'd look at us like, wow, that kid doesn't go to school. He's covered in sawdust. He just works in his garage all day. They have like 100 kids. You ever seen like an Amish family and you kind of stare at them for a minute and you're like, what the hell is wrong with this Amish family? They're so crazy looking, And you're like, wow, look at them. They're Amish. That is 100% what I experienced. These kids would come home, my age, my peers, and they'd look at me like, wow, this guy's covered in sawdust. He never went to school. They know I didn't go to school because they'd see me every day. They'd see me. They know I wasn't learning anything. They probably thought I was going to be a loser, by the way. They're like, this guy's, he's in trouble. But, yeah, so that was it for me. Pretty, it wasn't happy at all. It was actually, like, trauma the whole way. Like, I wasn't happy that I was working in the garage all day. Just, that was my best thing that I could do. It was saving us financially from bankruptcy. My dad had a full-time job. I had a full-time job. So all of that income went to my family to pay for the house and the food for 11 children. We knew how bad it was. It was really close financially. So, you just did it and you're like, well, we got to do this or we're going to go bankrupt. All right, Mr. Mark, he says, let's mix in a live custom. Ooh, I like it. But that was it. With all that, he still graduated college. Don't get it misconstrued. Yeah, so when I ran away from home, I had this really good, it was called an ETL at Target. So that's kind of like a manager's manager. It's like a corporate manager. And he liked me. His name was Kevin. He was this smart guy. He was tall. He appreciated how hard I worked. And he told me, he said, if you ever want to be a manager at Target, you have to get a college degree. So he told me that. He said, you have to get a degree. And so he said, you got to go. You got to go sign up, go to the community college. And that was it. That was when I went. So I went to the community college because he told me I had to if I wanted to get, more work success. But he was really good. He was like an older brother almost. He was really, really good. I was lucky to have met him. He was a good person. So, you never know when the person you're talking to is somebody who also needs maybe, like an inspirational person talking to them or something, because that guy really helped me a lot. He kept giving me like new job roles at Target. Whoa. One day he taught me how to use the forklift. Poker Tyranitar. What? Now that's very nice. the one shot and the live customs, and it's an instant poker Tyranitar. So one day, he must have thought I was real clever or something, because one day he pulled me aside and he just gave me the forklift. No forklift certification, no prior training, nothing. He just gave it to me. He said, start doing these pallets. That was it. And I did, and I did a good job. And so all of a sudden I was practiced on a forklift. And that also changed my trajectory as a worker, because now I was eligible for Sam's Club. Now I was eligible for Coca-Cola. You had to have forklift certification. Well, I was like, yeah, I've been doing forklift for like 2 years now. Here it is, look at that. So he didn't have to do that, but it helped tremendously. And he didn't train me or anything. He just said, come over here, come use this forklift. I was like, really? So, and that was just because he trusted me, I guess. Kingston says, I enjoy being on a job site. I know how to do a lot of crafts. My dad has connections in any trade. Yeah, I was reading a comment section. It was talking about degrees that are no good. So there was like a list of bad degrees. By the way, Mr. Mark, who is very lucky here, you have to decide whether to keep it or whether to re-roll it. The re-roll would be 175, okay? So speaking about the trades, there was a guy talking about how there's all these degrees where you get this really expensive degree for like $80,000, right? 4 years of your life, $80,000 a debt. And then you start out making like $40,000 a year. In the comment section, there was a guy talking about his experience where he went into plumbing, which is just this annoying job that isn't going away real soon. He got into plumbing. I guess he worked with like a plumbing corporation first, and then he opened up his own practice, and he was talking about how in very little time, he's now making 6 figures as a plumber working for himself. How cool is that? So the trades, like everyone wants a cheaper home, right? Well, you could have one if we could just build them. Well, where are all the people building the homes then? We need more home construction workers. And so that's a great field too, I imagine, because if you think about what people really want in life, not everyone wants like a psychologist to talk to them. Everyone goes for psych degrees, but everyone wants a home. So like we have a shortage on homes. That's a great field probably. The demand is there. The homes are pricey. Yeah, you got to get involved in like the things people actually buy. I'll hang on to him. He's really nice. By the way, take a look. He's from 2012. That's 2012 Tyranitar Poker. Very nice, man. All right, Mark Kaplan pulling a $225 card out of the box. I think you just did really well. You just did what Mr. Team Rocket Grunt was trying to do. Duh. All right, we'll put this back over here. But anyways, you know, if you drop out of high school, that's not the end of the world for you. It wasn't the end of the world for me. I had virtually no high school. I had none. I didn't learn much before high school. My education was just my mom would hand us a bunch of books and say, learn this. And then I'd open it and I wouldn't really do it. I didn't do the math. I didn't do any of the science. I did the reading because it was kind of entertaining, you know, like history or like literature. I would just read that because I enjoyed reading. But that was it. And so I didn't get educated at all. I was very uneducated at the age of, 17 when I ran away. Here's Joshua. Oh, no. Josh, they want to hold your money? So Venmo's got your money paused. I got to warn you guys. Venmo seems to do that more than the other ones. Let me take a look at it. All right. So it looks like your money will be available in 21 days. That's going to be in September. So they're going to do some sort of security check on you, Josh. I'm going to write you down for that money. By the way, I only collected 107 of that. It showed me minus the fees. That's how those fees get you. Doesn't sound like much, but it actually is a lot of money over time. So you have a pending order for 110, and I'm sure it is just a security thing. They're doing it with another guy too. So you're the second guy with money on hold now, and you're both new guys. So it takes the new guys, and if you keep ordering from me, they say, let's hold this. So what I do is I write 110P. P means pending. And eventually, after 21 days, they'll release the funds, and you'll be able to use them. What I recommend in the meantime, Joshua, is try PayPal, try ZELLE, try Cash App. You're going to have to use a different method, because if you send another order, they're probably going to put it on pending as well. You can also call them. I don't know if that works, but this is a very consistent problem. It happened to Brett Love. It happened to the other guy. I don't remember his name. And now it's happened to you too. Seems like anyone who uses Venmo a lot, they eventually freeze your order and say, we're going to find out what you're doing with all this money. It's almost certainly a security feature. You know, banks and money transactors, they're all nervous when you spend a lot of money. They don't know if it's legitimate. What's up, everybody? Sorry if I missed your message. I've been Ubering. Nice, man. You getting that Uber? All right. Well, I hope you stay safe. Don't crash, okay? My trade is protecting people since I'm 6 foot tall. Nice. So you work in security. I have that when I try to submit audition videos. Mr. played life on hard mode and still won. Yeah, it was hard mode. 100%. It was awful. I have no happy memories of my childhood. Zero. Actually, I should tell the truth. I did have a happy memory. It was any time I was playing with my Pokemon cards. That was it. So just after that, it was trauma, stress, really just tiredness. It's like, you know, every day there's like some kid screaming all day long in your ear. Oh, it was awful. I was so happy to get out of home, to be honest. When I got into that very first apartment and I laid on the floor, there was like a mix of feelings. I was sad, I was depressed, but then it was just quiet. And the quietness was like this thing I'd never really experienced, just pure quietness. Nobody. There were no longer 11 people, like a constant party. You know, you ever been to a party with a bunch of people in it? You know, there's like this hum almost to the party, right? Imagine your first 17 years of your life is constantly loud. Then one night, it's as silent as death. Like you don't hear anything. There's not even the grasshopper making the grasshopper chirp. Perfectly quiet night. It was eerie. You share a bedroom with 4 other dudes, and then one day you got your own room. And it's like, whoa. Mark Kaplan, 1 Paldea, 1 Ascended, 1 Stormies. You got it. But it was good, you know. Ultimately, it was extremely good. Because it's like, holy, this is luxury, man. You catch on quick. You're like, oh. And so there are people out there who just had like 2 siblings, or they were single child and they just had their own bedroom. They don't know what that's like. They don't know what it's like to share 1 bedroom with 4 boys, and you're all sharing 1 bathroom too. You don't know what that's like. It's very bad. It's very bad. It's not meant to be that way. Very, very bad. Here we are. The stress level is horrible. Here we are. So just getting out of that was good. All right. Is Karis allowed to yell? Karis never yells. Actually, that's a funny thing that you mentioned. Neither Karis nor I ever yell. We're both quiet like ghosts. We're very quiet people. I never yell. She never yells. The most yelling I ever do is into the microphone for you guys. We are. We're like quiet people. It's hard, you know, like we like whisper the whole time. All right, 5 Japanese Stormies. Yeah, that's actually probably part of it. It's kind of funny. I'm a naturally quiet person stuck in an extremely noisy house. I was losing my sanity, man. Here we are. Mr. Lives Malcolm in the Middle. Yeah, if the middle was like 20 kids. No, but yeah, I mean, there's people who have never experienced what that's like. Every year, it wasn't always 4 boys. A total of 5 of us shoved into 1 room. It wasn't always like that. At one point, it was just me and Blake. I actually remember that. It was me and my younger brother, Blake. And we instantly didn't like each other. It was so fast. We hated each other. Me and my brother, who's close in age to me. I was neat and orderly and strict, and he was like a slob. Or maybe he was normal and I was a prick. I don't know. But he would like throw his poopy underwear on the floor, and I'm like, bro, you're not doing that. I'm not stepping over your poop. That's not going to be a thing. So we fought forever. We fought the entire time, all the way up to me leaving. We were viciously fighting. Violent, yelling, curse words, manipulation, sabotage. That was, my younger brothers would get me with sabotage. They knew they couldn't fight me. I was bigger than them. So you know what they might do? Well, you just need like a bottle of Windex. And then it looks like Derek has a nice radio over there. Let's pour the Windex into the radio. Oh, it doesn't work anymore, does it? So, you know, if you can win physically, they'll sabotage something else. You had to keep the money on you physically. If you had money, you had to literally hold on to it all the time to make sure no one could touch it. You had to hide it very cleverly in the house. so that no one can steal from you. Yeah, it was really horrible. There were so many children that somebody could steal and you would never know who it is. So who could you blame? There's too many children who could have done it. So you had like a cloak of theft, where it's like, no matter what the theft was, you could never pin it on one person. If you're growing up and you got one other sibling and they steal from you, you know who it is. It's that guy. That was, ooh, that's Zinnia, isn't it? Very nice. SAR, looking nice. Yeah, when you have 11 siblings, they can steal all they want because they know there's no way for you to figure out who did it. So it was rough. It was very rough. You had no privacy. You couldn't own anything unless you kept it on you. And sabotage and theft and violence, it was everywhere. There we go. Very crazy siblings. Did they steal Pokemon? Luckily, no. So Pokemon, it was really easy to know whose Pokemon card was whose. You know, like, okay, Derek has Neo Genesis Lugia. He's got Southern Island Mew, was one of my favorite cards. And now I have it as an adult again. How crazy is that? It's crazy to think all these years later I have this card again after I lost it after leaving. There we go. Not only do I have it, I have the 1 out of 20 PSA 10 version of it. Wow, living my dreams over here a little bit. But so you couldn't steal that because they would know, well, that's Derek's, you know, so what are you going to do about it? You can't steal that. But you could steal cash. And if you steal cash and you spend it, mission accomplished, because cash is untraceable. Once the money is spent, there's no way to retrieve it or know how did you even have that money, you know? So you had to hide money like, man, you had to hide it so good. You had to hide it extremely good. There we go. All right. There was, I'm just telling stories of my childhood now. I guess that's the subject at this point. There was this thing you kind of learned, this sort of competitiveness, maybe paranoia almost. You know, if you guys have ever heard me talk about one subject or another subject and I sound a particular way and you're like, why is this guy this way? Okay, so when I was a kid, one of the rarer things we ever did was go out to eat. We didn't do it because we were too poor. When you have 11 children, you don't get to go out to eat. Everyone else does, but not your family. Your family stays at home all the time. It's sad. Going out to eat, it means like going somewhere. It means being somewhere, seeing other people, having nice food. So we just never went. But occasionally we would get Pizza Hut. That was a rare treat. We would get Pizza Hut, and my mom would order 2 large pizzas for 8 children, 9 children. And of course she needed to eat too. And so there was this thing where she would order 2 pizzas. The moment it hit the table, and I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm genuinely not. The moment it hit the table, the entire pizza is gone in just about 8 seconds. You got about 1, 2, 3. Now, even that's too long. It's gone probably in about 5 seconds. The whole thing. Every single slice. The rule was everyone gets 2 slices. And because the pizza was cut unevenly and some slices are larger, they have better ingredients like toppings on them, it became a competition to not be the person to get the last slice. Because by the time you're down to the last couple slices, they're the smallest, rattiest slices, right? And who knows, maybe somebody scraped a couple pieces off of it too, like a couple sausages were stolen. Okay, so within 5 seconds, every single slice was gone. And as everyone learned that it was that sort of competition, every single time she ordered pizza, it would get worse. It would become more vicious. You'd elbow each other to be near the box. You know, you'd stand there. And there was just no way around it. The children fought very hard to get a substantial slice of the pizza. And you just sort of learn that that's what it is, you know? It's like, you don't think of the whole world that way, but it is a little bit. Like, you don't get to have a good girlfriend. You don't get to have a good boyfriend. There's not enough of them. You don't get to have a nice house. Everyone doesn't get to own a nice Pokemon card. There isn't enough of them. That's the fundamental nature of it. And so I was learning that when I was like a kid, just how vicious people are when there's not enough, something really fundamental like food. When there's not enough food, there's not enough happiness to go around. The pizza made you happy briefly, and you're going to get the rattiest slice if you're not vicious. You had to be vicious. You had to fight like crazy, and then you would get a normal slice. If you're fastest, you would get a big slice with lots of toppings. So that was only if you were the fastest, most vicious child, you would get the biggest slice. And then whoever was nice, whoever was slow, like they weren't paying attention, they weren't trying their very hardest, they would get the worst slice. And the toppings would be picked off. So that's what it was like. Pretty much any time we had anything that was happy or good, it was just like that. And that was my whole childhood. There was nothing more than that. That was the entire thing the entire time. There was nothing more than that. Every time that pizza would get ordered and everyone discovered the game that you had to fight to be the fastest or vicious, the most vicious to get the slice, every time the game got played, everyone got worse because they knew everyone was trying harder. And then another round of pizza would come out like a month later, and everyone would try even harder, and they'd hold grudges and hate you because your slice was larger, or you would feel stiffed because you got the ratty slice. And you looked at your siblings like they were competitors, because they were, because there's not enough. So, you know, that was it. And that's sort of an analogy for the whole experience. It was always like that. There just wasn't enough. The pizza basically wasn't just food. It was happiness. You know, there wasn't enough of that. Whatever it was that was good, there wasn't enough. And that was it for me. That was the whole childhood from beginning to the end. Do you think that's why you're so independent in your business and hesitant to hire? Well, I did hire John, and that was going pretty well until it didn't go very well. So John got himself in trouble. So no, I do want to hire people. All that's happened is after the whole thing with John fell apart, we got Miss Alexis, and she's doing a great job of the shipping. She's just not as interested in the card grading. And then I don't know whether it's worth it to hire somebody to grade cards, do the encapsulation process, when we already have Alexis, and we might move. So I don't know if I want to hire another person and then just move on them. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, thanks for working for like a year, bye. You know what I mean? I don't want to train somebody and then move away like half a year later. So that's part of it. Anyways, we're yapping our heads off. There's no orders in the queue. If you ever catch me talking a lot, it's because there's probably no orders to process. How did he get in trouble? Well, it was a couple years ago, and I guess he had some kind of personal fight with another person. And that person, John would do a thing where he streamed every minute of his life. He did a lot of streaming on YouTube. And one time he was streaming while driving, and I believe that person called the cops on him, and John got in trouble from there with the cops. So they caught him, and he was in trouble, and that was it. His car got taken away, and he could no longer drive into work. So I was like, well, that's the end of it then, isn't it? So that was how it all ended, and it was like, it wasn't a great thing. I helped him, I gave him free rent for like a year almost. That was really expensive for me. It was almost free. He paid rent a couple times. It wasn't much, because we were also paying all of his bills. We paid the energy, we paid the electricity, we paid the water, we paid the internet. I mean, it was expensive. And then, of course, I was paying the mortgage. So my goal was just to help him get back home, and that took a while. And then he went back home, and we went in, and he kind of trashed that house, man. That house was dirty. So he didn't do us any favors on the house. We ended up spending $7,000 to de-smoke the house, because he smoked cigarettes. So the whole house was a smoker house, and we spent like $7,000 to de-smoke it. And now it's up for sale. It hasn't sold yet. The housing market must be slow or something right now. It must be a slow housing market. I guess I can lower the price on the home. Anyways, fine, everyone. I'll keep the packs coming if y'all insist. Mister, is there a way on your end to cancel or refund my Venmo payment so I don't have to wait 3 weeks? So that's the worst part. There is no way for me to refund it. It's so annoying, dude. There is no way for me to cancel it on my end. I would love to do that, because then you could just, not have to worry about it or think about it at least. But no, it's not even in my account. That's the worst part. It's not even in my account. I don't have it. It shows up as pending, but think of it like this. It means it's just like trapped by Venmo or something. But what you can do, you can call them. It's not hard. Just look up their number, give them a quick call, tell them, why is my order pending? I want you to unpend it, and just tell them that, okay? Maybe it will work. Tell me what they tell you, because The last guy, let me look up his name. So this other guy, he had Mr. Zachary Bow. He has $200 on hold, and it says available within 21 days. And so that's it. Yep. All right. Hello, Mr. Hello World. Hey, what's up, Musabot? Musabot comes in and immediately gives away some spots. What are you doing, man? I don't know what to think of that. You're so generous, it scares me a little bit. Musabot, I was just telling a fascinating story about my childhood and the experience of growing up with a sort of extreme adversity and chaos and competition and living in a sort of like very impoverished lifestyle. I didn't have a normal childhood. Here it is. There we go. When I left home, I worked 2 jobs at one point, Target and Sears, and that was around 50 hours a week, I want to say. And then after that, I worked for Sam's Club was 40 hours a week, and I loved it. It was fantastic. Then I worked Coca-Cola. That was 60 hours a week minimum. They were insane about overtime. They loved it over there. They're like, you need more hours. I would have my off days, and they'd be like, can you come in on your off days? And I'd say yes sometimes, but I didn't like to. But every now and then I'd say yes. And but you would get 60 hours no matter what. It was just like minimum. All right, next order, Mark Kaplan. Worked 60 hours a week for Coca-Cola. I was making good money. I saved up about $20,000 because once I was earning, I didn't have any fun. I didn't buy what I want. I didn't go on vacations. I didn't party. I just saved because I was like Scrooge. But I had plans. I wanted to go to college. So I went to community college, and near the end, I completed an associate's of business, and then I ended up rolling that over to the full four-year college for computer science. Here's Mark Kaplan, 2 Paldea 3, Japanese white flare. You got it. All right, here we are, 2 Paldea. The tough part was, one of the disappointments was after I finished that first degree, the college kind of told me that some of those community college courses don't really count because I needed a whole bunch of science courses in order to succeed, to finish the the Bachelor of Science of Computer Science degree. So I had all these business classes that I finished, and they're like, wrong subject. I was like, damn it. So I ended up having to be there for a while too, but at that point I was on the student loan and my $20,000 of savings, and I continued to sell items on eBay. I actually have something really funny I could show you guys. I made like a Minecraft hat one day. I sewed it myself on a sewing machine because at the time, Karis and we had just met, and I was always looking for ways to make money so that I would have enough money to make it through college, because at that point, I had just been through a breakup just as I started college, and I had my savings, and my only income was whatever I sold on eBay. And so I was just searching for any clever new ideas. And I'm like, maybe the margin would be much better if I learned how to do some kind of art or craft or something. So I have these Minecraft hats, and I think they're downstairs in a box somewhere. And they're little ghast hats that I made. I think I made 2 of them. And that was a thing I did while I was in college and while I was selling all these t-shirts on eBay. I was still doing my routine, clearance cycle where I would gobble up a bunch of clearance items and then get them all listed up on eBay. I would have like 200 items on eBay at the same time. And that was all stuff I learned working for my dad. So I knew how to make money on eBay as long as I had some kind of inventory. It is Mark Kaplan. Did the cheap split end? Well, the cheap split has moved. Wow, Mark, that was a tough round. You did really good with the Tyranitar the round before this, but this is going to be a little bit of a cold round. Here we are, and here we are. Yeah, somewhere that ghast hat is sitting in a box or something. It's really funny, actually. I think I have a picture of Karis wearing it, but I know she would not let me show off a picture like that. She'd be like, no. She doesn't like anyone to see how cute she is. Here it is, 4 out of 10. She's so private and so easily embarrassed. There we go. Good morning, good morning. Hey, what's up, Stacked? All right, we have an order from Mr. Fang. Seeing if I still have a bag with you that I need shipped. I believe I had a Ghastly Slab with you and maybe some other cards, but might have been too long now. 1 Riftbound Unleashed. let's grab the Riftbound Unleashed. And would the bag be under Fang? Let's see. I almost feel like I've seen your bag. Let's see. Would that be the actual title of it? Let's try this. How long ago was it? Do you remember? I do remember you. You had a distinctive name. Here's Fabian in here. Pokey Nasty. The bag might be super expired though. T3. Let me try this box here. So these boxes are not the F box. What they are, these are the abandoned bags holding boxes where your bag gets disassembled eventually. I'm checking because I swore I've seen it, but I'm not seeing it here. I might have seen it like months ago, and now it's just a faint memory. There we are. Did you get any spots in the jungle break? There's only 3 spots left. That's right, there's only 3 spots left. Did you have a lot? I don't see you. Here it is. All right, I'll try this box last. I feel like I've seen your bag, but I'm not running into it here. That's the sad part, which means it might have been processed. It might have been taken apart, whatever was in it. And you said you had a slab too, huh? We might be able to check for that. All right, we'll put this back up here. All right. We'll put this back up here. It might have been too long ago. I don't like to hear that. So we have the F boxes. I'm going to check in there real fast too, but it's so weird. My brain feels like I have seen you like a long time ago, and that it was like, look at this guy, Fuller Barbell. That's an expired bag right there. Let's put that back. Here's this. I would be happy to give it to you if it's here though. Okay, what's in here? Eric Colburn. All right. I'm not seeing it. Here's a Francisco Romano. I'm not seeing it, I'm afraid. Put this over here. Let me open this for you. All right. Those battles will get you. They could have been one solid spot. You're almost positive on the battles. You're like 2 wins away from break even. You're like 12 and 14, I think. So it's pretty close to 50-50. Are you ready? Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Yeah, that's why all your donations kind of scare me a little bit. You know, you've been super generous, right? But you know, I got to say something. Within $400, you might have gotten some good luck within there. So I guess I've been doing my job a real long time, right? 7 years is a long time, and it's all nonstop. I just host this every single day, right? So I've seen a lot, and what I'm seeing with you is I feel like you need a solid win, right? Because that makes opening packs or RNG products feel a lot more fun. But if you're having a tough round, but you're also doing a lot of charity, you have less chances to run into like a jackpot or something. So the $400 could have gotten you a jackpot by now, and I feel like you would really need a jackpot at this point. It would make you feel better. Here's Mr. Fang. Let me get you a bag. All right. You got a bag now. I don't know how old your stuff was. I feel like your name is in my mind faintly. Like I remember a Mr. Fang. It is from a long time ago, like 3 years ago or something. But I don't know if it's been that long. All right, Fang 8.26. Those battles will get you. I'm going to set this here. It's important that you get some wins, you know? All right. There we go. I'm going to set these back over here. Now, let's see what's next. We have an order from... Now we got all these orders coming in. Here's Dallas Willis. for a Dan to Dan booster box and 5 Star Wars Galaxy 1s. Whoa, that's a big Star Wars order. Let me get a box of Dan to Dan. All right, here we are. Shoop. So, I only have 1 box of Dan to Dan left after you open this one. So you're looking at the last box. That's always fun. And let's put this away. Okay, good. And now let's grab 5 Star Wars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a 5. Good. I'll get the last box. Yeah? That sounds cool, man. I thought you might be tempted by that. If you get that last box, let me see if we got any loose packs too. Because if we only have 1 or 2 loose packs, I'll just give them to you. Ow. Aha! So you can have those for free if you're buying that last box as well. I'll get the last box sending for it now. So you're getting, in addition to that, you're getting 3 free booster packs. Nice deal, man. All right, and you know what that means, everybody. Dan to Dan is officially gone. Wow. Isn't that fun? I love it when a set is permanently gone from the menu. It sort of gives you like a passage of time feeling. Like one day we added Dan to Dan, and now Dan to Dan's gone. Truly changes the, bit by bit, it changes the menu. All right, we're going to look up Dan to Dan. And we're going to hit trash. It's getting thrown away. It will not be restocked. That was like the bonus case, you know, because it sold so well, actually. It was a good product. And then it really slowed down on the bonus case. So, like, we ordered an additional case. Some boxes sold. And then after that, it like hit the wall. Like, nobody wanted it at all. Like, I guess all the people who enjoyed it sort of disappeared or something. All right. So, let's set the Star Wars to the side for the moment, Mr. Dallas. By the way, do you already have a bag? I'm going to pull all these out. No more My Hero, so got to start working on the next set of anime that I've watched. Oh, cool, man. You were the guy who got the Hero set removed, too. That's so funny. There we go. I can tell you a set we've got a ton of. Chainsaw Man English Weiss First Edition. We got that product coming out of our ears. There's so much of it. Tossing that. Now the second box. You're Dan to Dan wealthy. I know another product we have too much of. We got a ton of Marvel 3. Weiss Marvel 3. I just ordered too much of it. I didn't realize it. We went through a whole case of it, and then I think later we got a second case done, and now we just got this whole third case, and it's just sitting there. There it is. Another product I think I just accidentally ordered too much of was Pokemon's Mega Symphonia. I don't know why I ordered so much. I didn't mean to. Sometimes that's just a mistake. Like, I didn't realize. Like, you order it one day, and then you're like, oh, I better order that. So you order it the next day, and all of a sudden, you just have, like, double product. You're like, wait a second. All right, you get these lovely promos. And now let's snip all these. This is going to be fun, everybody. So much product. I'll definitely get a couple OP for it, Muso. Get you a couple OP for it. There you go. Snipping this. Good. Snipping this. Good. Snipping this. Good. Snipping this. Very good. I like you, Mr. Bai. You show up to all the streams. That's nice. Everyone doesn't do that, you know. There we go. Some people do that. All right, Mr. Dallas. Starting out with this full art of the glasses guy. Ooh, glasses guy. Good. And here's... Ooh, starting out with this yelling girl with the big hoop earrings. Okay. So tell me what this story is about with this anime. Should I watch it? What's it all about? What makes it good? Here's this lady with her boobies kind of out. There's that creepy thing looking very Japanese. The Japanese have so much style, man. They got so much swagger. There we are. Here's a holo. Here's... I'm going to give you this common card. It's the cover art. Okay. I think you can pull it as a holo, though. Here's a holo. That thing's so creepy looking. What the hell? Looks like something out of a scary movie. Here's a holo. So after this, guys, he's going to open 5 of the Star Wars Galaxy ones. We're always after the etched cards in that set. They look really good. All right, and here's this girl's chewing. All right. It's freaky aliens mixed in with ghosts. Freaky aliens mixed in with ghosts, huh? That's interesting. Here we are. Boop. Okay. And here's a holo. Main character gets possessed by a ghost who takes his junk, and the whole premise is he get his junk back. Now, that's annoying. Ghost possesses you and steals your material goods. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense, but... Okay, there's a holo. Here's a holo pink-haired girl. Okay. Throw that away. Here's a holo. And here's a holo. Very nice. Here's a holo. Holographic guy with glasses. Red dress lady. Creepy ghost, I assume. Okay, here's a holo. Making our progress. Would be nice if a stamp popped out. Look at this bubble gum. I like the coloration here. There. Whatever that color scheme is. That's cool. Here's another one of these. Okay, here's a holo. All right, all right. And, ooh, here's body diagram bad guy. I don't know what that is. That's creepy as hell, man. Here's a holo. Couple packs left. What are we going to pull out of these couple of packs? Hopefully it's something big. I found mine Moon Knight, so I'm satisfied. Tossing that now. Aha! You got very creepy card. Okay. That's what we were looking for. And now here's holographic. You notice I tilt the cards away from the camera, but that's so that the camera will catch any shiny colors reflecting to make sure I don't miss any holos. And last but not least, a full art of the pink-haired girl. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. Mr. Dallas, that's 2 whole boxes of Dan to Dan. What did you pick up out of there? You've got pink-haired girl, alien, dead body, brown-haired girl, probably the main character, brown-haired girl. And I'm guessing this is when he's possessed or something. All right. And then you also, in addition to that, you pick up a ton of holographic cards. So lots of holos. Some of those are probably pretty decent. And 2 promo cards. All right. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to go ahead and put all these into a fresh bag. And we'll put this with your other bag. So that you have 2 bags. You're going to need it. We bought Kara some bagels and cream cheese. Because she needs to gain weight. And she's not gaining weight. because she can't eat enough. There it is. Number 2. Now, we're not done. 5 packs of Star Wars Galaxy. It's a big order, everybody. Mr. Dallas going deep a little bit. Ooh, let's open from this end. I like this. Snipping this. Okay. And we will snip this as well. Okay. And we will snip this one. And this one. I'm tempted to sell off a case of Sneaker Bunko Volume 1. I've got it sitting in the other room. And I told myself I would just save it to crack open and sell myself after grading them. And it's a great set. It's got like these really sexy girl cards in it. Where if those, even just the commons, if they grade 10. Whoa! Speaking of which, if they grade 10... You know, they're worth like $100. It's a ton of money. I call this card Jabba the Butt. It's a very sexy card. We'll never get this with Disney, you know. They're never going to do that again. What does that tell you? It tells you they're not capable of producing art. Now, here's C-3PO. Okay. Because only a dirty-minded person can make that Jabba the Hutt sequence. Somebody who's not afraid of getting in trouble with, like, I don't know, maybe like feminist story writers or something. They wouldn't like that scene. It's too male gaze or something. I don't know. We are. All right. Oh, we've lost so much. Chained women in bikinis. Oh, how could you? Star Wars Disney, you betrayed me. Ooh. There you go. That is Luke Skywalker and R2-D2 in the background with him. Super cool. You can also see there's like spaceships. These are like destroyers or whatever they're called. Super, super cool. Make her vape some weed. She'll get the munchies. I didn't think of that. If she vapes, she might get hungrier. But no, we're trying to avoid... we don't want her to become dependent on like alcohol or weed or anything like that. In general, because she'll have too much fun. That's why. No having fun, children. All right. Ooh, and a nice Vader helmet. All right, good. This pack was hot. That whole pack was nice. So you've done very well here in the Star Wars, by the way. That card was in great condition. Look at that. These are pretty gradable. I like these 3 cards. So you grade this guy, you grade those 3 right there. And last but not least, what do we got? Okay. Very nice. I like this one a little bit. Let's go ahead and pop this into its folder again. I like to just reuse the booster pack like a penny sleeve that holds all your cards at once. Because you know we don't have all day. We can't like carefully sleeve every single. I mean, I guess we could actually, but we don't want to do that. They'll hold the stream up. So Dallas Willis, let's find you. We got a baggie number 2 for you. Where would I be keeping Dallas? Thank you. Appreciate the opening. I appreciate the big order. It's cool that you got another card another set off the menu, because you were the one who got My Hero Academia off the menu. You're shrinking the menu. That's the goal. We want the menu to shrink. I often feel like we have too much on the menu, and like it would be cool to shrink the menu quite a bit and get like only fresh new cards up on the menu, you know, like only brand new stuff. So I've often wanted to do that. Oh God, I'll never get this right. Okay, let's just get these in here. The cards have a slight curvature to them. Very slight, right? And so it's nice when they're all stacked with the same curve, sort of like back to back, so that they all lean into each other nicely. But I'm not going to fiddle with it for 7 hours. There we go. Oh, in fact, baggie number 2 should go in front of baggie number 1, because when you pull a number 2, you know there's a number 1. You go, oh, there must be a number 1 in here somewhere. Okay. You can buy her enzyme supplements. Bodybuilders take them so they can eat more food and get buff. Enzyme supplements. I've never heard of that. Enzyme supplements, he says. Luigi. Heatran. My Little Pikachu. This cool looking Porygon. And Gift Pikachu. Cool. All right. Dan is sold. So cool. Josh is able to... The quickest way to cancel the order is to have the streamer issue a refund. Because the money's on hold, the streamer cannot cash it out. But they do have the ability to click refund on the transaction. Ooh, okay. So maybe it works differently than PayPal then. So I'm gonna click mark on red. So we're gonna mark that on red, and I'll be able to probably, maybe what I need to do is sign into it on like the website, okay? So we'll look into that right after the stream. And then Joshua Ramos, who's not Joshua Rose, but in fact a different Joshua, says he would like a spot on the trade slab. All right, so Mr. Rose says I should be able to, with Venmo, actually cancel a pending transaction. So we'll take a look into that. That might be useful for the other guy too. Spot in the trade slab. Can you check my bag to see if I have enough to trade for an extra spot in the trade slab? Let's grab this. Oh, you know what? What time is it? It's 5. Actually, we might have time to do that. So let's get you in there first. Let's see. Trade. Here it is. This brings it up to 8 out of 34. And you would like to give me all your cards as well. Is that what it is? Hold on, let me see. All right. Joshua Ramos, a different Josh. Ready? So you got that chunk of hollows. You got some more chunks of hollows. You got some more chunks of hollows. Hollows. You got a little thing here. You got a little hollow there. Keep the Charmander. Wormadam. You got EXs. You can trade those in. Oh, it looks like you might have traded your hollows in before. You don't got too many in the back. Let's see. Great Tusk. Cyclizar. All right. Appleton. Okay. So far, we have a pretty small pile of hollows here. Maybe what we can do in addition to that is give up an EX or two. Let's see if there's any junky EXs, like maybe this Clefable. That's Clefable, right? Mega Clefable. Here's a little Screamtail. Here's a little dude. And here's a little dude. All right. So how does this trade look for $5? Would you like to make that trade, Mr. Joshua Ramos? That will give you another spot into the Charmander break. Let me know. What do we got here? So we got a pretty small pile of hollows, and then we got 4 EXs, and they're just sort of like, they're all stinky ones. What do you think? You can find some that are combinations of different enzymes. You're making me want to try those enzymes. What, it just makes digestion easier? What's the downside? I mean, that sounds like there could be a downside to it. I'll take the trade. All right, so Joshua Ramos. You know what? I wasn't really expecting you to say no to that. I was just waiting for you to say yes, because I would take that trade. There it is. You didn't have too many crazy good cards here, so you're not really giving too much up. These cards are just sort of like, they're all right. Yeah. The pile of hollows is pretty small, and the EXs were pretty bad. Up to 9. All right, good for you. Okay, and now we're going to hit refresh. The downside for you would be that you gain weight and are hungry more often. Oh, I see. So the enzymes make you hungrier, or they just make you digest food better? Here's Mark Kaplan, 3 Paldea and 3 more of the Pokemon White Flare. Okay, there's 3 Paldea evolved. Those are really expensive, guys. You seeing this? He's opened some really pricey packs here. And that's the last of the 3 Pokemon Whites, so we get a fresh box there. All right. Now, wait a second. Does this actually add up? So the Paldea evolved. Is that right? 3 Paldea evolved, right? These are like $20 each almost, aren't they? We got to check the math here. You're placing a lot of orders. We got to make sure the math adds up. Pokemon Japanese, Pokemon English. So, if you didn't know this, Paldea is a pricier one. There it is. Paldea Evolves 19. We all didn't appreciate Paldea. Yeah, Paldea. What I send should be 93. You sent 71.50, okay? You sent 71.50. So let me look up the Japanese white flares as well. All right. Let's see, white flare. White flare was 11. Give me a second. So it should have been exactly 90. And then I guess that means we need to double check some of these older ones real fast, see if that was going on at all previously, or if it's just this one order. Ah, I see. I only meant one white flare. Oh, maybe that's it. You are? Give me a second here. Okay, we're going to grab this. All right. Now, let's see what's going on here. So, hold on, let me recount that. So, in the previous order is 2 Paldea, 3 Japanese white flare. So, that's 19 plus 19 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11. So, the previous order is short by $9. Okay, let's check the order before that one. This is 1 Paldea, 1 Ascended, 5 Japanese Stormies. So the previous order will be 1 Paldea, which is a flat 20, isn't it? Oh no, Paldea is 19. And then Ascended is 20, and then 5 Japanese Stormies, 40. So the one before that is short by $7. And then the order before that one, so we're going to have to correct every single one of these, I'm afraid. So I think what we should do is stop this transaction, the 71.51. We're going to stop that one because we're going to start using that to correct these. So the previous transaction was 7 Stormy Daniels. They are 8, right? Am I not going crazy on this? Let me double check. Yeah, they're 8. Okay, just double checking on that. Sometimes I don't know my own price. All right. 56 plus 60 plus 19 plus 20. Okay, so that one was short. You sent 134. It was supposed to be 155. I'm going to try the one before that one. Every single one of these are coming up short, man. So this is 2 Ascended, which is 40 plus 19 plus 19 is 38 plus 5 times 8, which is 40. This is supposed to be 118. You sent 91.50. And then the next one is... So we'll have to sort this out. I'm going to go ahead and pause this order. I'm not going to service this one. Every single one of those orders will need to be sat down with a calculator until, I don't know, I guess your previous shipment. So we'll have to recalculate the entire thing. Oh, dang, I can go through them. Yeah, just stick to those to the side or something. Yes, here we are. That is what we'll be doing. All right. Oof. So, I'll go ahead and check the queue for something else. Here's Roki Hyun. He says, spot on the Japanese Jungle Pack Split. Can you give my Cyclops to Kayla and my 1 free live custom to the first buyer? Sounds good. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then also, let's get that jungle set up. All right. My brain's in 2 places at once now. Is it? Ooh. This is a gym break. And this gym break will say $60. I say 1, 2, and Mr. Key will go here. All right, there it is. Go ahead and grab this. Very nice. Now, what is next? Okay. Don't do it, Muso. So, Mr. Mark, we'll need like a full accounting of all transactions at this point. And I think in this situation, I won't have Tammy do it. I'm going to sit down and personally do it. There's going to be a full accounting of every transaction from this point to the last point of shipping so that we can see what the difference is. All right. Let's see. I can see you sent 112. I'm going to write that down for now. So what we know is there was one order which was $71.50. Is that right? There was one order at $71.50. Now we're going to say $71.50 plus 112. Oops. So you have 183. There we go. All right. Did put a note just so you know. So there we go. All right, so I'll set that there. That'll be store credit for the moment. And then we'll do a quick review of those orders and see how it comes out. All right. Your eBay listing has sold. Payout incoming. Topps Chrome Parasect sold for $240. Crazy. Wow, almost $40 of that goes to eBay? That's so much. Yep, it's accurate. Crazy. eBay takes so much when that sells. All right, it's 5:10 a.m. I think I'm going to wrap it up right here. We're at the 3-hour mark, guys. I'm wrapping it up at 5:10, all right? So, I'll see you guys for the Thursday daytime stream. I hope you guys are there, okay? I'm going to pop out real fast. I got a little bit of math to do. I'll see you later, everybody.